Well, hello. I'm Matt. Welcome to the good life. I do a little radio show from my backyard in the hills of Encino. I'm a lucky guy. In fact, I'd say luckier than most. I have lots of friends that I like to call stars. Hey, in fact, there's one now. You probably know Ryan Stiles, Drew Carey Show. Whose line is it anyway? Black Hawk Down?
I wasn't in Black Hawk Down, Matt. That wasn't me, okay? What are you doing here?
The gate was actually open. I thought I'd take a little jacuzzi-roo.
I got company coming over, okay? People that matter, okay? Get up, go.
Bubbles feel so good,
Look,
Ryan.
Matt, you know what? You gotta stop doing this, okay? I can't be coming home with the wife and kids and you're in my tub, okay? Just get out.
I'm not wearing nothing.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
Tell me what you want.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yes, he just passed out. Yeah. Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
Had to lighten them up loud. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten them. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon. Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
Tell me what you want.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yes, he just passed out.
Yeah.
Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
Had to lighten them up loud. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten them. Oh, little Outlaw Radio. We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
Tell me what you want.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yes, he just passed out.
Yeah.
Hey, that didn't sound too bad. Huh?
Had to lighten them up loud. Oh, man. We're here with Matt. Oh, yeah. Had to lighten them. Oh, little Outlaw Radio.
love that. We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
Oh, what a date. It doesn't sound like the song that I requested for this very weekend. All right. Date. Can barely hear it, man. Let's crank it. Hey, Tattoo Dave is back and gnarlier than ever.
Temporarily.
Hey, by the way,
I don't hear myself.
okay, let's. You know what? I've had enough of this shit. Just stop. And by the way, for those of you watching us on YouTube, on Rumble.com, and on the other platforms, we're starting this son of a bitch over. So yeah, you're getting a little behind the scenes because none of the terrestrial radio will get this portion of the show. Minding my own business earlier today, a buddy of mine, a pretty famous musician, called me, and I thought, I haven't talked to him in a couple months, and out of the blue, he called me to wish me a Merry Christmas, and I said, well, why don't you come on? And so Tattoo Dave's back in the saddle, his reappearance after several months.
Yeah. Welcome back, my friend.
Yeah, welcome back, Tattoo Dave.
Are you hearing me?
No, I can't hear you because you're not using the microphone that I told you.
Yes, I am.
Okay, then okay.
Maybe this one? There it is. It was not that one.
Okay. Well, as long as you're right, Tattoo Dave, then we're
Good morning.
We're on the right page.
Why'd you say temporarily, Dave?
What? What do you mean?
You said he's back. You said temporarily.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I didn't say temporarily. I said I'm not sure how, I got to figure things out.
So here's the dealio.
The Tattoo Dave Show.
So you see, here's the dealio. Yes, I'm behind the bar again. This 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar. So Tattoo Dave has been trying his damnedest to get this dude on the phone that I just talked to about 45 minutes ago. And I said, so precisely at X time, we will be calling you from this studio line number. And then it kept going to voicemail. And I don't know what the hell. I mean, maybe he's... do you think he's back on the sauce? No, he was never on the sauce. He never had... Or did I mean sauce? So what we're going to do is we're going to reset... As I'm speaking, and this, I guess this is the show so far on YouTube, on Rumble, so on. I'm not even going to ask you to subscribe because why the hell would you want to subscribe to this crap? But as I'm doing this,
anyway.
As I'm doing this, why don't you give him a call?
I'm calling him right now.
And see if he'll pick up so we can reset the show and start this damn thing over. And then we'll recalculate the time for our terrestrial radio station. Oh.
Have you noticed in the last couple of weeks, a lot of people are big timing us?
What? No. Yeah, but that has nothing to do with this.
I know.
He called me. I mean, he called me.
Now I got a different voicemail.
There you go.
Well, then maybe he didn't call the right number this time.
No, I did.
Well, then how would it be a different
Yeah,
voicemail?
I'm telling you, it's one of them recorded.
Yeah, but the other one was recorded. All right. Hold on a second. Oh, I got some interesting stuff from Greg T. Simmons of Staunch Moderates, and I think a couple things that will surprise you. It'll probably blow your mind because you won't believe this email I received from him. So, okay, so here we go. So you. All right. Okay, so that's a. Okay, now, so you'll start with a song, but not until I say let's go. And then here we go. So make sure that song is really hot. Okay.
Matt.
Aren't you glad you came back, Tattoo Dave? Hold on just a second. Hold on just a second. Okay, hit the song. No, wrong. Every time I say, because this is an edit point, so you can't hit it when I say song. Hit the song. No! No, start from the beginning. What the hell?
What the hell are you talking about?
Mark, do you want?
I'm just
Well-oiled
speechless.
Oh, it's just.
What's that, Mark? Well-oiled machine?
It is a well-oiled machine.
I wonder if you could hit the song.
Everything you say comes out of Matt's mouth.
Yeah, but let's begin with the beginning of the damn thing.
Well, okay, here we go from the beginning.
Yeah. Day. Bring him up. He may want to sing this with me.
He's here.
No, I'm not upset. I'm not. A lot of people get married. Please, I'm in a hurry. Won't you straighten my tie? I'll get by. She was something else. She was. Now she's gonna get married. She's got herself carried out by somebody new. What did I do? Well, don't worry about me. I'll be alright.
Out of your mind.
I'm stepping out now. I'm gonna boogie tonight. Dancing and singing love songs till the dawn's early light. I'm stepping out now. I'm gonna boogie tonight. Hey Tony, your song, man. My favorite song of all time.
So good to get.
First of all,
Yes. D. I can barely hear you because the song's up so loud. How are you, Tony Orlando?
Matt,
Yes.
you have done a lot of things to make me feel good, but what a Christmas present that was. And furthermore,
Yeah.
I kept hearing you say, that's not the mic I gave you. Not the mic I gave you.
He was telling me apparently he was on, but
Yeah.
we didn't know it.
Oh, is that right?
I guess that voicemail, whatever it was,
Oh.
he could hear
Well,
us.
thank God you didn't say terrible things about me. I would have been very upset and sad. I'll tell you that right now.
Tony Orlando, you know that that's impossible. First of all, because you are one of those friendly guys, and we have been friends for a number of years, and
Sir,
you're a patriot and a beloved man in not just my life, but personally in my life, but in so many of. And I was going to say Americans' lives, but the world, man, they love you.
thank you. That's something to say that to me. Hey, you know what? I got news for you. So March 22nd at the Mohegan Sun in Connecticut, in that arena that's been voted 12 times the best venue for shows in all of the world, literally, we won that. I am retiring from show business on the March 22nd, 2024. Hopefully, I can get your butt on an airplane and be there with me so I could say goodbye to this beautiful business after 64 years.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Don't count on me jumping on a plane to see you there because I don't approve of this retirement. I don't approve of this retirement. Tony Orlando, you've been performing for certainly not too many years, but not enough years to sate and to satisfy your fans. And as my dad has always said, retire rhymes with expire.
That's not very nice to say to Tony.
Well, you know what? I think your dad's right. And that I'm not retiring from the business. I'm retiring from traveling, those live shows. I'll tell you something, Matt. I don't know if you've been on the road lately, but it's a killer out there.
Yeah.
The delays and the cancellations and the prices of airfares, it's beyond imagination. So you know what? There's sides for me I've always wanted to, put into motion, which is my writing, do some film writing, produce some records with other people, create a film company, and do some exciting things that I've always wanted to do. I'm still in the business, but as I told Franny, my wife, I said, I can still hit the ball. I just can't run the bases.
Okay. All right, but are you just BSing me? And you're these projects. You're trying to sate my fear that once you're off the stage, you're gonna kick it. You've got to be around for many more years, Tony.
Oh, thank you, Matt, for that confidence and that's you've been a great friend through these years, And you know I was a big fan of yours before I ever met you. My wife, Franny, even confirmed that.
You're the one.
You on the air.
Yeah.
You're one of the great, really the great radio kings of all time.
Well, that is true.
It's an honor to know you. And in my little radio show, you know, I've learned a lot by listening to your sense of humor. Hopefully I can try to put that into my radio show, but no one will ever be you. And you're one of the greats, and just thank you for being my friend.
Okay, now listen, Michael Anthony Orlando Casavetes. Now listen to me. Listen to me. First of all, no retirement. Second of all, what does a Tony Orlando do for Christmas? Do you spend it with your family?
I do. I'm with my family and a friend of ours, Paula Johnson, my wife, my daughter, my son, John. We're all going out for Christmas Eve here in Las Vegas.
Right.
And that's normally what we do. We spend our Christmases here at the Vegas home, which is now my daughter's home. And it's a great time for me to be able to spend, you know, quality time with my family.
I will tell you that that the older I get, the more I appreciate friends, not so much family. But the more no, I'm kidding. But I appreciate family and friends, and the substantial things that meant something in my life, cars, you know, cool stuff. None of that inanimate objects, man. None of those things mean anything to me. And I just got a feeling, Tony, that you're the same way.
I am the same way. And as you said, the older I get, you know, I'm going to be 80 years old this April.
Yeah.
Hard to believe that I'm that age because I don't feel it, but I'm going to be 80 years old. And when you get to this age, you know, you look behind, your best years are behind you. They're great years to come. But, you know, just based on normal lifespan, you got to say your thinking is different.
Yeah.
I call friends now like you to be able to say I love you, and I mean it. Because you have a different eye toward life when you hit this age. Yeah. And so I want you to know you've been an inspiration for me professionally.
Wow.
But even more so as a friend.
Wow, an inspiration to Tony Orlando. That's
pretty big.
That's true.
That's pretty
now,
heavy.
I can't say the same about your brother.
Hey, Tony, you know what? I love you, too. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, Tony.
No, I don't. Hey, Tony Orlando, I don't know if my brother's doing an impression of you or the late Al Goldstein of Screw Magazine.
Hey, Tony, you know, I love you, and I've never met you in person.
No, he's the man. Tony is the man. And why do the masses think that you're Italian? Why do the masses think you're an Italian?
Well, because the name Orlando sounds Italian.
It does.
It is, but it's my middle name. So that explains, you know, my Italian friends, when they find out I'm not Italian, they go, hey, were you kidding me or what? They don't want to talk to me anymore. Well, you know, I'm half Greek, half Puerto Rican, but I was smart enough to marry a Sicilian.
Yeah, well, first of all, she's got to be a great cook. Otherwise, you would have kicked her out a long time ago, right, Tony?
Yeah, news to you. She's a great everything.
Yeah. No. Are we talking? We're speaking of Franny, aren't we? We're speaking of Franny.
My wife, Franny. Yes.
Yeah, she is a beautiful, beautiful woman.
She's right here. So tell her.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Magic Matt.
Thank you, Fran.
Too, like Tony, for a long time.
Thank you, Franster. Don't let your hubby. First of all, grow up to be a cowboy. The other one, don't let your hubby retire. It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea.
Hey, listen. You know what she did? She just copyrighted this sentence. I've changed my mind to her.
That is a great idea. So let's say in a year and a half or 2 years, Tony Orlando's I've just changed my mind tour. That's what I'm looking for. God, that's great. Hey, how was I've never asked you about him. How was Don Kirshner, the legendary rock and roll magnate Don Kirshner? How was he to work with?
Well, first of all, I met Don Kirshner when I was 16 years old. He was 26 years old.
Wow.
And I thought he was an older man.
Of course.
He was only 26 years old. And in that office, check this out, this guy in that office had people like the following names, who, by the way, when I joined him, they didn't have their hits yet. That's Carole King and her husband, Jerry Goffin, Barry Mann and his wife, Cynthia Weil, Neil Sedaka, Simon and Garfunkel, Neil Diamond, all of them came out of that office.
Bobby Darin as well, right?
Bobby Darin as well. Bobby Darin was in business with Donnie before Donnie started Alden Music. Donnie was Bobby's manager.
Aha.
Yeah.
And then you paired up with him, and you were hired to write songs and so on. And this man, we've mentioned this a couple times, but it's worth mentioning again for those fans of Chopin, and I certainly am one. And being a fan of Tony, and we were friends for years until I realized that he was responsible for one of my top 5 favorite songs of all time. And even though I love Don't Worry About Me, one of the other faves is a song called Could This Be the Magic? Could It Be Magic by Barry Manilow. This is the man responsible for that song.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you go to YouTube, you'll go to a version of that song 2 years before Barry put out his version of it. When I produced Barry and signed him, I got him signed to Bell Records, which became Arista Records,
right,
while I was working for Clive Davis. And that, what you'll hear, Could It Be Magic, was the first version that I produced and wrote with Barry.
It was more of a disco version, right?
It was more of a top 40, not disco. It was more of a top 40 version, yeah.
Right. And then, now, it was Barry's idea to put the Chopin part in there, even though the chords were already...
No, the Chopin part was only in his song later on that he did 2 years later.
See that? Man, I got to tell you, that's just incredible. How did you meet up with...
What happened was, when I produced Barry's first couple of records for Bell, the head of Bell Records said to me the following, how ridiculous this was. Tony, we got to change his name. Nobody with the name Barry can ever become famous. So I had Dawn out at the time, Candy to knock me down. So I said to Barry, in order for us to get you signed, just come out and figure out a name of a band featuring Barry Manilow, like it was Dawn featuring Tony Orlando, and then we'll switch it like Diana Ross and Supremes did, like I did, etc.
Yeah.
So the first record that he came out with was called Featherbed. Why was it called Featherbed? I lived on Featherbed Lane in the Bronx.
Oh, no kidding!
Yeah.
I didn't know.
That's where the name came from. And so, yeah, that's where the name came from. So when I signed Barry to Bell, they wanted to drop him because they didn't feel he was writing top 40 type songs. This is before the genius of Clive Davis came into Barry's life, because that's the man that really made Barry a star.
Yeah.
Clive Davis deserves that respect and that knowledge. But when I had Barry at Bell, they were going to drop him, and I said, let's give them a top 40 record. So I went in and cut Could It Be Magic. By the way, the title I got from an old Dubs doo-wop group called Could This Be Magic? I just dropped the word this to it.
So you made it Could It Be Magic? And it sounds nothing like a doo-wop song.
No, but the original title of the doo-wop record was Could This Be Magic?
Right.
And the reason that happened, so Matt, you know, when we started out in those days, there was a Colony record shop on 49th Street in Broadway. They had this massive book that gave you the titles of practically every song written, every record made. We would go to that book, all of us, Carole King, myself, Barry Mann, on occasion to get ideas. So we would go, okay, dance titles, okay, moon titles,
right,
okay, girl titles. Well, I went to magic titles, and I saw the title Could This Be Magic by the Dubs, and just changed the word to it. And I learned that from Mitch Miller, who told me he changed the words on the street where I live to on the street where you live.
Oh, no
and he
kidding.
said that one word would make a big difference, and it did.
No kidding, and you don't get sued, right?
Well, you can't get sued for a title.
Ah. Now, then why, I have a question for you that we've never discussed. Why then the Joe South song, Games People Play, which was a song by the Spinners later in the 70s called Games People Play. I was told that the Spinners from Detroit, great band from Detroit, they had to change the name to Games People Play / They Just Can't Stop It because of Joe South's title, Games People Play. So you can't be sued?
It's impossible. You can't sue for a title. It must have been a melody similarity.
Interesting.
But you cannot sue for a title. You can write, "Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow?" Look, let's try a song called "Some Kind of Wonderful."
Right.
You have the "Some Kind of Wonderful" by the Drifters, and then you have the "Some Kind of Wonderful" by Grand Funk Railroad.
Yeah, right.
Hey, you know what I was going to say? Alan Parsons has a song called Games People Play.
Oh, that's right. Alan Parsons has Games People Play.
So
yeah.
you can't sue for a title. And by the way, Could It Be Magic and Could This Be Magic are two different titles.
Right. Yeah, completely different. And now I don't remember talking to you about this, but did you work with the Yardbirds and James Taylor?
Yes, I represented their music when I worked for Clive Davis and April Blackwood Music. Absolutely.
Grateful Dead.
That's when I signed Barry, same time period, by the way.
Oh man, what a storied career. I mean, you are, you know what, Tony Orlando, you are musical royalty. I mean, you really are musical. And
you know what my first hit record was when I was working for Clive Records as a publisher?
Huh?
Hawaii 5-0.
No kidding. The theme from Hawaii 5-0?
That's it. Yep.
I love that. And you work with Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Okay, you probably, because you never say a bad thing about anyone, but David Clayton Thomas, difficult to work with?
No.
I
had a problem with him. No.
Wow.
One of my heroes, by the way.
Oh, me too, man. I love that. Oh, man, do I love that voice.
That's one soulful dude right there, man.
Yeah, that is. You talk about the Everly Brothers and the Righteous Brothers and Hall & Oates, and they're going through their own legal thing right now. But when you speak of Blue-Eyed Soul, that is David Clayton Thomas, ain't it?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, I heard stories about that, but I never had a day's problem. To be honest with you, I'm very lucky, Matt, because I never really ran into any problems with any artist. And I found out that the bigger the artist, the nicer they were.
Yeah.
The guy that was kind of not there, he was more of a diva than the guy who was super famous.
Yeah, I have discovered that as well. Like, for example, Baltimora had the song Tarzan Boy. I'll tell you, that guy, man, we got into fisticuffs. No, we didn't. But, yeah, it was a mid-charter, Tony. It barely made it into the top 40. But I'll tell you what, Tony Orlando, I played that damn thing in Houston, Texas, a song called Tarzan Boy, and I would tell you to look it up, but don't waste your time. And a couple other things before we let this magnificent man named Tony Orlando go have dinner and celebrate the beautiful holidays with his lovely family. You, for some damn reason, your first hits were not Tony Orlando and Dawn, but simply Dawn. Your name was nowhere to be found, right?
No, my first hits before Dawn.
Oh, that's right. Okay, right. Which was that
the first hit I ever had was 1961.
Yeah.
With Carole King. It was called Halfway to Paradise and then Bless You. So you weren't born yet at that time.
No, I was not.
So that's why you wouldn't know that. This is before your radio history.
see, I'll tell you what, Tony thinks he's being cute there, but I really wasn't. I really was not born.
No, you weren't.
Yeah.
No, I know you weren't.
Okay.
So that's when it began. I was 16. But you're right. In the days when it came out as Dawn, without Tony Orlando on it, was because I was working for Clive Davis. I was vice president of Columbia Music's publishing companies. When I did those two songs, Not 3 Times and Candida, I did them as a favor to my friend Hank Medris, who was one of the tokens, the Lion Street.
Yeah, of course.
He was in need of making some money to pay his bills, and he asked me the favor would I go in and cut these two songs. And I said, as long as you don't put my name on it, I don't want to lose my job.
Wow.
That's how it became Dawn without Tony Orlando.
And you were a summer replacement for the Sonny and Cher show and ran for 4 seasons from 74 to 76. Your show was huge. I never missed it. And your favorite, hey, Tony Orlando, your favorite guest on that show, who was it?
My favorite guest, boy, they were all great. I tell you the truth, it had to be somebody you love, Jerry Lewis.
I knew that was going to be the answer. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. Yeah. Talk about another guy. Yeah.
Even though they were telling me, why do you want him on there?
Right.
He's going to cause the trouble. He's going to be a problem. On came Jerry. I'll never forget it. Walked through the door. Matt, handsome, tanned, looking like the super duper star he was.
Yeah.
And my first words was, "Hey, Mr. Lewis, they tell me that you're really a pain in the ass. Is that possibly true?" And he said to me, "I'll only be that pain in your butt under one condition: if you don't do your job. If you don't do your job." And you know what? At the end, all I cared about was to ask him, "Mr. Lewis, you're my idol. How did I do?" And he threw his arms around me, gave me a hug. And from that day on, we were best friends.
Oh, man, do I love that. And then you, of course, hosted the New York feed. You had your own studio there in New York. It was
33 years.
Yeah, I mean, and you did such a great job. And between you two, you did great work for the kids. And he is a man.
You know what?
Yeah.
Matt, what the greatest compliment for me was that here I was, a 9-year-old kid idolizing Jerry Lewis.
You bet.
And when Jerry passed away, the family made me the person to host his funeral and celebrate his life.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense. Yeah, you two were close, and man, I love this man. I love talking to him during the holidays. I love his family. I'd love to meet Fran in person because I love it when a plan works, and my marriage didn't work so well, except I can't say that because I have the most beautiful daughter on the planet, so I wouldn't want to change a damn thing. But you have one of those magical lives.
I do.
And
they should call me Magic Tony Orlando.
Yeah.
That's your name.
Okay. Well, you might as well be.
They should call me the Orlando Magic.
There we go. See, I think that's taken. That could be a lawsuit. That's a title? But ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor and esteemed pleasure to spend some time with my friend Tony Orlando. I love you dearly, and
I love you too, Matt.
many, many, many more years.
I love you too, and continued success. You're one of the great radio kings of all time.
Oh, wow.
And also a loyal and wonderful friend. I can't say the same about your brother.
Yeah, okay.
Love you too, Tony.
You know why I'm a loyal friend? Because Tony is not an a-hole. He's one of the good guys, and he's a patriot. And we'll be this after back on the big ferocious doggo broadcasting. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar and our cups to the stars. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. We're up all night to get some. We're up all night for good fun. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 The present has no ribbon. Your gift keeps on giving. What is this I'm feeling?
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Outlaw Radio. The staccato hoofbeats of a golden palomino, carrying a man who fights wherever justice needs a champion. Magic Matt Allen.
Was that fun? Was that interesting? I mean, do you like Tony Orlando?
How can you not?
Huh? Yeah. And hopefully you learned some things about him that perhaps are interesting facts about the great Tony Orlando.
I learned that he doesn't care for me much, but
Yeah. Well, he loves to bust your balls,
I know
Mark.
he does.
Yeah, welcome back to Tattoo Dave. Tattoo Dave, our producer, back after several months.
Nice to see you back, brother.
A little rough road there.
No, well, I'd love to not blame it on you. However,
What else can you do?
There was no rough road as far as the listener is concerned.
Hey, speaking of...
Just you doing your gig, Tattoo Dave, yeah?
Speaking of, I just want to say thank you to all you listeners. I had so many of you guys reach out to me. Steve Abbott,
nice.
every other day.
Yeah,
Mary,
Steve,
Tony.
man, the
Beth and
Wausau.
Tony, Mary.
The Wisconsin guys and gals are the greatest.
Unbelievable. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my bottom, as Matt would say.
Bottom of my bottom.
That's awesome.
As Matt would say.
Okay, so you know about this staunch moderates, and it is a how do you describe them?
Bigfoot?
Mission peace. They want us to all be peaceful.
Just a Bigfoot thing.
It's much more than. Maybe it is a Bigfoot thing, but it's much more. And by the way, Tim Brown is with us today. He's one of the Brown clan. That's all you really need to know.
That's all you need to know.
But I love this guy. He's a true patriot, as is Mark C.G. Boyer, sort of. My brother Mark and Tattoo Dave. So Greg T. Simmons, he's the man that put together this group called Staunch Moderates, and they want world peace. And P.S., who doesn't? Right? I mean, if it's possible, let's do that. Well, Greg, when he heard not the last show when we were talking about he and the Staunch Moderates, he said, "Man, it's a great show. Thank you. Are you coming to our Billboard launch party?" Ed Losey, who is the publicist, says he was going to invite you. And he also mentioned Times Square and La Brea billboards are attached. And I saw them, and they look gorgeous. So that was fun. I attended. We talked about it on the show. He sent me a follow-up email. It was nice having you as part of our Billboard launch at Koi Dinner. Did I ever forward you our PSA? Here it is attached in the event. You can please give it some play in and around your shows. Okay, so it's a PSA, which I may play here in a moment. Since I'm asking for favors, any chance you can have me on in the next couple days as a follow-up from our Billboard launch party and red carpet opening night in Beverly Hills? The Oscars 4 days of voting as to who makes the short list starts tomorrow. So they were in the running, and it's one of those for your considerations, and it's called Mission Peace, and it's about the Staunch Moderates, a group of folks who simply want world peace. And, I like what they're all about. Who the hell doesn't want world peace? I mean, there's no one on any side of the aisle that would have a problem with world friggin' peace.
I mean, it's impossible, but
right.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we have just a minute here to play this PSA for you. And this is why I didn't play it. Crank it and get ready to stop and start.
Hi, this is Greg T. Simmons, founder and CEO of the Staunch Moderates Intellectual Movement. If you are tired of the division of our great country and would like an alternative to the same old "it's my way or the highway" politics, please take a look and join Staunch Moderates Movement.
Pause. All right. This is just me? What am I trying to say here, Tattoo Dave?
I'm not buying it.
Well, the production value.
It's just it's him on a mic and nothing else.
In a bathroom, and I love this guy. I love this Greg T. Simmons, but I listen to it and it's like, okay, call us what you want, but we ain't Bush League. And that's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like, KRKO in Everett did a better job in production when I was there as a 14-year-old. So what I would recommend, and he's got the bucks to do it, man. I mean, he's buying us dinner at Koi on friggin' where the hell was it? Yeah, La Cienega in Hollywood. Real pricey joint. So he has the money, but he obviously doesn't have the right direction or the folks around him.
Come over here and do the spot.
Yeah, right. Well, I would make him sound like God. Yeah. And that's the aforementioned Tony Orlando, who was on the show a few minutes ago. He asked for my advice with his microphone. He said, how does my show sound? Because he does a show out of New York, Sunday night show. And I said, everything's great except you sound like crap. And he said, yeah, I was afraid of that. So, see, it's those who know that I love them and I want them to be the best. I want them to sound the best. And so I helped him with his audio, and now he sounds like God. And this guy, I don't know how he would take it, and I'll explain why, and this may illustrate that. This was after the event, the Billboard launch. This came as a shock. I sent him a copy of the rundown we did on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, on YouTube, on Rumble, on Twitter, a.k.a. X, and the greatest radio stations in the world. And I sent him the snippet, and I thought we did you remember, it was only a couple weeks ago, and I thought it was great gratitude that I gave him, and I even said I didn't take advantage of him at Coy like I thought so many of the other guests, not Lou Ferrigno, for example. I don't know what he ordered, but, he was... he's sort of a big TV star, so let Lou order what he wants. But there was some guy from the Stern Show, the Howard Stern Show, who truly, honest to God, is a no-talent piece of dip-ass, man. Guy, I forget his name.
Not Ralph, is it?
No.
He's one of them.
Mart, that caliber. Yeah. Right? That caliber. You would know this guy, but just absolutely no talent. But, and obviously that's not Howard Stern has nothing but talent. One of the great interviewers of all time. But some of these guys, man, who have sucked off his coattails with absolutely no discernible talent. That guy was there, and he got all drunk too, and almost in a fight with Greg T. Simmons, who was paying for dinner, was fronting the dinner. So I thought that I was being gracious. I always tell it like it is. Sometimes it gets me in trouble. Sent him that. This just blew my mind. This was the email I received from Gregory T. Simmons of Staunch Moderates. After hosting you at a couple of our events, you're not going to believe this, by the way. I think this will shock you.
I think I know where it's going.
After hosting you at a couple of our events, I'm not so impressed with your coverage of our Billboard launch party, nor red carpet at the Lumiere Beverly Hills. No mention of our film's name. This is in reference to the piece that I sent him when we spoke of his Staunch Moderates Billboard unveiling on Sunset. No mention of our firm's name or name of the Billboard mission piece, nor... Number 2, that our mission piece is a qualifying and competing film for the 2024 Oscars for Best Documentary Feature. 3, nor that we have over 147 million views and streams of our content compared to Pesky Media 550. I don't know what that means. No mention of our Staunch Moderates News YouTube channel, nor that with our 3 multi-genre hip-hop albums that we've been on the ballot at the Grammys 10 times in the last 3 years, including 2 times for Album of the Year, 2 times for Best Rap Album, many Best Rap Song and Song of the Year, all could have been mentioned when Mark... meaning Mark C.G. Boyer, asked any traction. Instead, you say our music isn't great, and you can produce better. LOL. He throws in there.
Kind of like his PSA.
I'll be surprised if you are balloted once at the Grammys ever. Oh. Now, by the way, I'm not through with this email. And P.S., am I the only one? You've heard the music. Am I making this up, Mart? You're in the music biz. How about be honest?
Okay, I hate it. You want to be honest? I do not like any part of it.
You heard some of it, right, Dave?
No, I don't think I did.
Okay, boy.
I think it's horrible.
That leaves him off the hook. Mark C.G. Boyer?
After last week, I'll take the 5th.
Okay.
You're already the scapegoat, Mark. He brought you up by name.
Okay, all right.
This has nothing to do with Matt, just so you know.
What do you think of the? You heard many
Not
of the
my
songs.
cup of tea. Could have been better.
Okay, so instead you say our music isn't great, you can produce better because yes I can, and I know hits, and I have picked hit record. I mean #1 hits in the United States of America and worldwide.
Just because you make the Grammy ballot, that means nothing. I've had friends that had been on the Grammy ballot. Dave Hillis for one, he's been on there 20 times.
Yeah. Now, if I cared that much, I would produce a song and then so I could be on the ballot. It doesn't matter to me, and I'm not just saying that. I'm not being petulant here. But he said, you posture me like a nice and gracious guy that everybody is taking advantage of while not acknowledging my accomplishments. What the F? Who else do you know that is going for an Oscars and Grammys run in this same darn year? All right, I'm sure you can come up with one or a few, but probably not many. At least you mentioned our main registered trademark, Staunch Moderates. Also, no mention of our play, of our PSA. There's today and tomorrow left for voting for the short list at Grammys. That was it, man. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, was this just a smack upside the head?
No more sushi for you.
But I don't believe the train is pulled out because I still like this guy. I think that he's still being, there are folks in his business model that I think might be screwing him. Because yes, the music sucks the big B. See where I'm pointing? Yes. Yes, it's unlistenable. I'll give you a taste as we go to break with the Lou Ferrigno song. Forget it. No, let's not do that. No, I don't want to do that to my luscious listeners. No. So, but I will tell you that I will do everything that I can to help, but I won't lie.
You've always talked good about these people.
Gregory T. Simmons, I won't lie. And the fact that you hosted me, okay, once again, I don't want to come off like a spoiled little brat, but I've been hosted all my life as a career, as a media guy.
Yeah, but he almost just makes it sound like he was
kissing my ass so he would get free publicity. Right. Well, I'll tell you what, we're open for business. If you'd like to buy a spot, right?
Yeah.
Then you can do, I think a Greg T. Simmons Staunch Moderates Minute once a week, that would work, where he could voice his opinion of what's going on in the world. We'll be back. This is a short break. When we return on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Would-be stars, wannabes, and people who just want to hear themselves talk. The demons of decadence, smoking, drinking, and interrupting. Live from an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada-style bar, this is Magic Matt Allen, Outlaw Radio.
Hey, here's one that's close to home for those of you in Wisconsin, and hopefully you've heard of this man. Dear friend, this man could make friggin' beer can chicken that was off the hook delicious. Robert John Gagnon, a.k.a. Robo, gone at 65.
Wow.
And
I
I thought about it. The reason we know he's from Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and that's where he's been living for the last several years.
Yeah, him and I talk three or four times a year.
Good Wisconsin guy.
Yep.
And the last time you said, he hasn't returned your call, that's because he's dead.
Yeah, because I've been trying to get a hold of him, and I kind of wonder, because we talked a lot. He hunted, he fished, he invited me out there.
You ever notice that gets in the way of a return call when someone is dead?
That sucks.
Yeah.
No, it's horrible.
All of a sudden, they ain't talking to you anymore.
He lived in Santa Monica for years. He was an accountant. He did a lot of different things. And
Good man.
He got the hell out of here. Went back to home to his mom in Wisconsin. Loved his fishing and hunting.
Now, I want
rest his soul.
I want you to know that the reason we know Robo is because of a man named Richard Tyson. Richard Tyson, the actor, was in a movie called Two Moon Junction. He always played the hunky guy.
Black Hawk Down.
Black Hawk Down. He was the bad
kindergarten
dad in Kindergarten Cop.
Yeah.
He was the nasty dad.
Yeah.
That's that, and buddies for years and years. And I thought about getting him on the phone, and because he's the one who brought Robo over years ago, 20 years ago at least, for the very first time.
How did you find out the news?
And the best news about this is that that Richard has been sort of hit and miss as a friend. He likes to come over and break things.
Yeah.
So because he can't behave, I haven't wanted him back here, and he'd be good on camera. Good-looking dude. The man from many movies. He was also in that Silk Stockings.
Yeah.
He was in a bunch of stuff. Yeah. And good guy.
Wasn't he a little disrespectful though to somebody?
But yes, and he breaks stuff, but. And he'd pee in the swimming pool. And anyway, it's a whole thing. So I thought about having on. Then I thought, okay, no. But I wish Richard Tyson the best. But our buddy, man, Robo, I love this man. He was an All-American, received Wisconsin Player of the Year for football in '76, graduated from Regis High School in 1977, went on to the University of Notre Dame from '77 to '82. His freshman year there, Fighting Irish won the national championship, and in the 1980-81 seasons, he was the starting offensive guard. And the game, I think it was an 80 against Michigan. He injured his knee on the game-winning field goal. Yeah. So he retired. He became an accounting guy. He worked here for the City of Los Angeles Department of Revenue. And in 2014, he was a lifelong entrepreneur promoting health and wellness, and a good guy, and one of us. Are you hearing me? You know what I'm saying here? A good...
big time.
Yeah. He's patriot. He was a patriot, my friend. And he turned me on to the greatest cheap Chinese restaurant in Van Nuys on the planet. And Lori Downey Jr., our past producer here, the lovely and fetching Lori Downey Jr., she loved this restaurant. And I don't know if she ever knew. I'm sure I told her in the beginning, well, it was Robo that turned us on to this joint. Well, he knew food, man.
Oh, yeah. One thing he did, a lot of things stand out, but I'll just tell you one quick thing, because this is really sad for me.
It is sad.
He was really close.
Yeah, very sad.
And, so me and my ex, he said, hey, you guys, I got this, there's a really small list of people I can bring to this thing, and it was in Hollywood,
right,
at one of those, intimate small clubs, maybe 75 people capacity. And he said, you'll be surprised who's going to be there, man. I mean, it's
make this quick.
Tight.
We got to go to break.
So it was the Rolling Stones, and it was...
Is that right?
Well, it wasn't all the Rolling Stones. It was not Keith Richards.
Anyway, one or two of them is enough. Let's go to break. Give me some music here. Yeah. We'll have more discussions. Mark, chill. We'll have more discussions of Robo, your buddy, my buddy, and a guy that everyone should have known, because friendly, sweetheart of a guy. When we get most likely Uncle Dick, the obnoxious Uncle Dick from Northern Nevada on, I mentioned the news to him, and I said, did you ever know him? I loved him. Another guy that loved this man who won a championship, and he had the championship ringed as well, man. And he was just married. Did you know that? He was just married.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio. You have to punch it in just that way for YouTube, Rumble, X, a.k.a., well, you know the rest. We'll be this after back.
On the street, I was talking to a man. He said there's so much, but there's nothing, man, that I don't understand. You shouldn't worry, I said, that ain't no crime. 'Cause if you get it wrong, you'll get it right next time.
doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
Hi, this is Sean Young on Outlaw Radio.
Hey, this is Shelley Berman on Outlaw Radio. Listen, come on, listen to me or listen to Matt. If you like being bored, it's great for you.
It's Robert Hayes. I'm here on Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, a.k.a. The Weasel. We are here to drink. We're here to smoke. We're here to interrupt. You may drink. You may smoke. You may interrupt, but I'm here to...
Live from the Lighten Up Lounge, this is Dom DeLuise saying, this is Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Chuck Woolery at Lighten Up Lounge on Outlaw Radio. There's lots of fun, guys. Be back, 2 and 2.
Hi, this is Gilbert Gottfried, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio, where we smoke, we drink, and occasionally we bother people who look old and weak.
Hi, this is Rick Dees with Magic Matt, a.k.a. Mr. Cigar, in the Lighten Up Lounge. We drink, we smoke, we interrupt.
Oh, yeah. Where were we when we last left ya? Or did you leave us? I hope you didn't leave us. I hope you're still there. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, on Rumble.com, on Twitter, a.k.a. X, and the finest radio stations, including but not limited to, are great stations in Wisconsin. We're talking about the passing of Robert John Gagnon, a.k.a. Robo, the man from Notre Dame. Although, you know, he was, I'll tell you, fighting Irish, and this guy, he had the damn ring to prove it.
Yeah.
And how do I remember that? Because talking to, someone's mic is up too loud, and ain't mine. Talking to Uncle Dick a couple days ago, and our Dayton, Nevada buddy, and he's the one who mentioned it. He said, oh, yeah. He said, I said, did you ever meet Robo? Uncle Dick, how are you, bud? Not.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Hey.
Yeah. How are you?
He's come back from the dead, yeah.
You got any weather your way there in Dayton, Nevada?
Oh, hell no. We never get anything here.
So never any weather? No.
Yeah. Robo, that's too bad. He's a good guy, man.
Yeah, you mentioned that ring. Did you say that he let you wear it or just touch it?
Yeah. I think I got a picture of someone.
You did. It was a night me and you and Uncle Dick. It was a night that you and I and Richard Tyson and Robo went out to Santa Monica
at the bar.
Bar, and we had a good night. He gave me that ring and said, "Here, I want you to wear this. You can wear it. Just wear it to work. Show it off for a while."
Oh,
man.
no kidding!
I had it for like a week.
No kidding!
He trusts me with it, man.
Yeah.
I gave it back.
Wow.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
pretty good. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
At least he let me wear it and took a picture of it. That was cool.
Yeah.
Good Wisconsin boy, Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Yeah, he's a good, honest lad, that guy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I tell you what, and that's Uncle Dick. That's few and far between finding honesty in people. You find that?
Isn't it, though?
It is.
Let me tell you. So, Uncle Dick, first of all, I can tell that it ain't cocktail hour yet.
So we just had a first class of wine here.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
We're watching, as a matter of fact, we're watching Airplane.
Oh, no kidding.
I taped it, yeah. I hadn't seen it in a long time. Gail kind of, slapstick humor. She's not really into it.
Hold on a second.
I'm laughing.
Your spousal equivalent, Gail, my favorite desert woman, she doesn't find the funny in Airplane?
No, she doesn't. That's not her brand of humor, obviously.
Well, hold on. Let me get on. What is it? Oh, Amazon. Let me call Amazon and get her present back before it's delivered. Let me. Yeah, this is okay. Yes, Amazon. Yes, it's for Gail. Yeah, please return it to me. Anyone that doesn't find Airplane funny, I have a real problem with.
It's just not her brand. That's all.
Then what does Gail find funny? Do you? You're married to her, so do you have the answer to that?
No, I really don't.
She finds him funny.
No. Oh, no.
Now that's true.
Well,
that part of it's true.
Yeah, but not funny in a ha-ha way, right, Dick?
Ha-ha, not ha-ha, right?
Yeah.
I think she finds Mark C.D. Boyer funny.
Negative.
Oh, yeah, she likes that. She likes that dude.
Yeah. See, now if he had a couple whiskeys, he was about to say, yeah, he likes that. She likes that Jew boy. Oh yeah, that's what he was about to say.
And I said, dude.
No, I know what you were thinking though.
No, you don't know what I'm thinking.
And by the way, that's not a negatron toward our Jewish friends. I mean, why would Mark sit here if any of us were anti-Semitic? You know, we're not. But we are equal opportunity offenders, and we will offend every race, creed, and color and religion on occasion. Yeah. Man, I should have called him at about an hour from now when he was all loopity-looped. He's much more fun when he's.
Well, are you going to bring up the other person we lost in the family?
No, I'm going to get to that. Yeah, I'm going to get to that. But first of all, did you know the thing that blows my mind, and we never knew about this, is our buddy Robo, great football player, man, great Wisconsin football player. He was just married in May. Just married. How about that?
The first time?
I don't know if he'd been. Let's see. Is Jill Thornton? They met in 2016. They were married on May 13th. Man, just last May at the Back of the Moon Campground in Cheddock, where they love to spend time. And of course,
Wisconsin?
Yeah, in Wisconsin. He loved fishing, boating, spending time with his family and friends, and he loved...
What do you mean, yeah, like I'm supposed to know that. It could have been Minnesota.
No, it ain't Minnesota. Minnesota's...
Okay, well, it could have been, though.
Yeah, but he does...
Land of 10,000 lakes.
So he does have a daughter, Mackenzie Trey Botchker, and a grandchild, and...
How old's the daughter?
Doesn't say here, but anyway... Yeah, it just,
Matt, another time really quickly was when Roddy Piper, the wrestler, big-time wrestler Roddy Piper came over. And
what a good friend of the show, Roddy. Rowdy Piper. He was
Roddy Piper.
He was great. So he came.
He was such a good friend of Outlaw Radio.
So he was there, and Robo thought he'd be
Mark, do you notice all of the good ones are dead?
I know, and so Robo thought it'd be funny, and Robo had a few drinks in him. I mean, a lot of drinks.
Oh yeah.
So he.
And by the way, Robo was such a mountain of a man.
Yeah,
it took many quaffings of booze to get him inebriated.
But he so there's the double western swinging doors in our old place. One of them was kind of screwed up, and it was already kind of broke. Well, he got all drunk, and he smashed it over my back like it was balsa wood, like it was a breakaway, like a breakaway prop for a movie. It wasn't. It knocked me on the ground. Roddy Piper steps in and goes, "Hey," he got in between us. He said, "Stay the hell away from Marty. He's a good guy." And Ro was like, "Whoa, I got Roddy defending you." Like, okay, yeah. Oh no, stuff like that.
He also, man, I'll tell you what, a man that always had your back. As Uncle Dick put it, this guy was one of the good ones, one of the good guys.
100%, man.
Case in point, that day with Grizzly Adams.
Oh yeah.
Grizzly Adams' son. What the hell was his name?
I can't think of it either, and he's a Teamster.
Yeah. Oh no, he was a good man. He was a
biker dude,
real good man. And we were dear friends. That's why I can recall his name.
Haggerty.
Yeah, Dan Haggerty. Yeah. So Dan was over on his myriad visits to Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, on Rumble, and on X, and. He brought his son over, who was obnoxious as hell, and his son kept drinking the tequila, and then about an hour and a half, and he's coming on to Lori Downey Jr.
Coming on to everything.
Which is fine, though, because as I've stated before, she's a grown-up woman, and a Long Island gal who can fend for herself. She doesn't need me, and I've never been the jealous type, but if someone can fend for themselves like Lori, and I know she can, I had no problem, so I didn't step in. You don't talk to her like that. I never said that. I let her do it. But then he finally went too far, and he talked about sex and my daughter. My daughter was, I think, 12 years old, 14 at the time. So I jumped over the bar and I took him down and smashed his head on the the 2x4s, because much like this bar, it's an 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar. So I smashed his head down, and the minute that happened, and Lori had to remind me of this, Robo, the great Robert John Gagnon, was through those double western swinging doors. What's going on? And he looks down. So I guess that probably gave me, extra security.
Oh, yeah.
Feeling like, okay, this guy ain't coming after me.
You got a 7-foot tall mountain.
Yeah. But, man, by the way, a little word of advice: no matter how much booze you've consumed, you don't talk about their daughter. Hey, Uncle Dick, you have a beautiful daughter. If someone talked about your daughter in that manner, I got a feeling you'd do the same damn thing, would you not?
I would hope so, yeah.
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 As long as I'm not inebriated.
That's what shotguns are made for.
Oh, now come on,
Yeah.
Mart. No, not the.
No, 357. That's real close.
Yeah, my Uncle
That'll
Dick.
do it.
My Uncle Dick there in Dayton, Nevada. He's a fellow gun owner, and I had to bring the shotgun in to the studio last night because I heard some noises outside, and so I'm thinking, well, if someone breaks into the front of this joint, why would they? How is that shotgun sitting there in the living room? So the intruders. That'd be the first thing they'd pick up.
They'd get some extra ammo.
Right.
Extra artillery.
So I thought, well, okay, so I brought it in. I put it there on the table, and just in case. But I have no fear. If someone breaks into my joint, gone. I have no fear cocking that damn thing and shooting them right in the face.
You know what it's loaded with, Uncle Dick?
You got to defend yours.
You do.
Uncle Dick, it's got a double-aught buck. That's what it's loaded with.
Wow.
That would hurt you, right?
That's the stuff to load it with, yeah.
Yeah, 12-gauge double-aught buck.
That'll blow your head clean
Yeah,
off.
Go ahead, make my head.
A little more than hurt you.
Yeah. So, a very good friend of ours, and especially during the holiday season, not especially, but it just so happens during the holiday season, we remember the beautiful man from Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Love you, brother.
The beautiful Robo. I love. Yeah, Mark C.G. Boyer.
I got to meet the man early on my visits to the radio show.
Yeah.
He was such a nice guy, so gracious.
Yeah.
And boy, could he play a barbecue like a straight bear.
Did he let you wear his ring?
That's right. Good point.
His Notre Dame ring?
Yeah, it was the bathtub ring.
Hey,
No, just ignore him.
Really, really quickly. I don't think I ever told you guys this because it's kind of bad that we did this. But
good.
It was after the show.
Yeah.
And we had already finished the after show. We were still doing it. Robo goes, "Hey, we got to run to the store, Marty. Let's go." So we went down to Ralph's. Just him and I in his SUV. We go in there and get all this more food to make to bring back. He goes, "You know what? I'm getting king crab legs. We're going to sit in my truck and eat them all." And we did. Is that right? We made a mess in his truck. It was all great. He goes, "Dude, that took me like weeks to clean that truck out." And he goes, "You know what? Screw those guys. We're getting the food, so we're gonna eat this ourselves." I'm like, whatever you want.
See, that didn't surprise me at all. That's who Robo was, man. Oh, this man could eat. This man could eat, drink, and party. This man always had a happy day. Yeah, he was never in a bad mood.
No.
Always in a good mood.
Never.
God bless him. And another guy that, I didn't spend, weeks and days with, but a man that I always found more than affable and always in a great mood was my Uncle Dennis.
Yeah.
I loved my Uncle Dennis almost as much as I love my Uncle Dick right here in Dayton, Nevada, down 6 Mile Canyon from Virginia City, Nevada, and right over there is Carson City. So if you want to know where he lives, he's a gun owner. So you don't want to visit him. Uninvited. He'll give you the hospitality if you're invited. But Uncle Dennis loved him, brother of Uncle Dick, and I could sort of hear it in your voice when we talked. We spoke yesterday, Uncle Dick, that this death thing sort of pisses you off, doesn't it?
Yeah, but hey, he's 85. It's not a bad run.
That's not a bad run.
Yeah, but compared to my buddies, in their 90s, Ronnie Schell, today. The great Ronnie Schell from Gomer Pyle turns 92 today. Happy birthday, Ron. Yeah, that's 85 spring chicken, but
yeah, well,
yeah.
Uncle Dennis, I fished with him a lot, and Mom and Dad would drop us off at the
Oh, you
house.
did?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
He's the first one who took me out to Depot Bay, Oregon.
Hey, Mart. So, am I lying about this man being the sweetest?
He's one of the nicest guys you met in your
One
life.
of the nicest guys.
And his wife happens to be a complete crazy bitch.
Well, okay, let's not get into that. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just speak the truth there.
All right.
But anyway, all right, I'm done with that. But he took me to Depot Bay where the arch is when you go into the salt water out of the mouth where the mouth is.
Yeah.
And that's where they shot one from the cuckoo's nest, that scene where they're going through and stuff. But anyway, we went out there. We killed it on salmon one day. We stayed in the campgrounds, me and Timmy.
Did you catch any salmon, though?
We just killed them. No, yeah,
you killed it.
We all limited out.
Killed them at Brookings, too, man.
Oh, yeah, man. And we saw that day, Timmy, our cousin Timmy, was sleeping on the boat, just us three, and it was huge swells.
They weren't using fishing poles.
It was huge swells. Like, I mean, the ocean was huge.
Hey,
all of a sudden he looks over, and Uncle Dennis goes, "Did you see that?"
Oh.
He goes, "Don't wake Timmy up, man." I go, "I did see that out of the corner of my eye. Shark fin, man."
Is that right?
He was feeding on the salmon right there. There's a big ass shark.
Wow.
Yeah, a big one, man.
I learned to sign language because Tim, our cousin, who is the son of Dennis,
yes,
deaf, and so I learned to sign because of him. And I lost a lot of that knowledge, with the exception of the alphabet. So I can still spell words, and that never left me. And Dennis had this probably the driest sense of humor of any man I've ever known in my life. He was responsible for driving me, along with his family, from the great Pacific Northwest to Southern California, where we emanate today on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
So that's who we have to blame?
Yeah, you pretty much do. But the closer, I remember this. I remember stopping at McDonald's. Man, this is how long ago it was. I swear to God, the cheeseburgers were like 22 cents.
Ooh.
They were like 22 cents. And even then, that was a bargain. So, the fact that McDonald's prices are through the roof now, you can't say that now. But it was even then, it didn't seem like they were ripping you off.
It's still a bargain compared to the other fast food places, I got to tell you.
I hear you can't get a damn Big Mac and a fry for less than $11.
Yeah, but go to Burger King, it's 20.
No, well,
it's crazy.
Okay, well, it's crazy if you go there. It's crazy for those.
I'll never do it again.
Yeah, who spend money on that. But on the way, so this long trip to Southern California.
Butcher your own beef, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, butcher your own beef. That's the way to do it. At least you know what it's made of.
Hey, you know where it came from.
Yeah,
exactly.
My backyard.
Your backyard?
Well, if I had a cow.
Raise one of them pot-bellied pigs. Slaughter that guy.
Slaughter it up.
Now, Dick, if you had a pot-bellied pig as a pet, would you have a problem? Wouldn't you have a problem slaughtering that little hoggaroo?
I would never have a pig for a pet.
Problem solved.
So this trip from Southern California, from Pacific Northwest to Southern California, and I have an audition at Knott's Berry Farm and a meeting at Disneyland with a man named Sonny Anderson. He was the man in charge of all entertainment for Disney. And so the closer we got to Los Angeles, and I'd never been here before, the closer we got, Dennis would say, "Well, I hope you're ready." And I keep saying, "Ready for what?" But I'll tell you in a few minutes. So we get another couple hundred miles. It's almost ready to break them out. And I'd say, break out what? Finally, when we see Los Angeles, okay, it's time. Get the old gas mask. Put them on. Because that's Dennis. That was Dennis.
That's Dennis for sure. Yeah.
He had the driest sense of humor, and he lived in Riverside, California.
Riverside.
Good people in Riverside. However, it used to get smogly badogly in Riverside.
We don't really have smog anymore.
It's not. It's certainly not what it was in the 70s, man. Not even close, or the 80s for that matter. It's not even close. Yeah, it's become a sort of a thing of the past, pretty much.
Yeah.
But Uncle Dennis, God bless you.
Yeah.
Man, this
your soul.
I don't want this to be a downer of a show, but
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Well, yeah, but it is that time of year, and New Year's Eve and so on, and the brand new year. If you sort of remember those people in your life that brought you happiness and love, because Dick, I mentioned this earlier. We had Tony Orlando was on the show a few minutes ago, and Tony had some kind words to say about you for some reason. Who knew that he knew Uncle Dick? But he's everybody's Uncle Dick. So he's heard of you. But as Tony put it, he said, yeah, it's about friendship. It's about those people in your life, and it's not about inanimate objects. It's not about the cars. It's not about the cool stuff. For me, though, it is about chicken fried steak at the Roadrunner Cafe.
Yeah.
Chicken fried steak.
I'll tell you what.
Yep.
The best one we ever had is up at the Crystal Bay in Lake Tahoe there.
Oh, man, that, for some damn reason.
That was the best.
And it was, at that time, and it was, I don't know, what 6-7 years ago or so. And at that time, it was pricey for chicken fried steak. By the way, you're not going to touch a chicken fried steak and eggs for less than $16 now.
Oh,
but at that time, it was like $16-$17. But you're right, the gravy was so...
the gravy was the best.
It was the best. And they cooked the chicken fried steak perfectly, meaning crisp on the outside, moist on the inside, and pure gorgeousness.
It's all about the gravy.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. It's about knowing how to cook, and maybe that's why we've garnered so many beautiful people from Wisconsin that appreciate us, and in turn we appreciate them, because I love fried food, and I love sausage, I love cheeses, and I do. And yeah, we probably have a week.
Good scotch. Good scotch.
Oh, no. Good bourbon, good single malt scotch.
Single malt, yeah, baby.
A good white sausage gravy.
Oh, yeah. I'll even go for a red-eye gravy, man. I make that as well.
You find that Keeper's Heart whiskey? You ever get any?
No. But I'll get it. I'll get them over here. They need to be a damn sponsor of the show. And before we let everybody's Uncle Dick from Dayton, Nevada, down 6 Mile Canyon from Virginia City, Nevada, go on his merry way, you finally got your slot machine back from the guy that was supposed to fix it but died in the middle of it, right?
He did, and I got a hold of his son, or he got a hold of me. And we met, and he gave me my machine back.
Fixed?
Neither one of us knowing that it was fixed or not. We didn't know.
And?
He died. And I got it home, put it together, and pulled the handle, and by God, it worked.
No kid. Wow. So he fixed it.
He did. He fixed it before he croaked.
Oh, son of a bitch. Man,
I didn't have to pay. I didn't have to pay.
Oh, damn. Yeah. But wouldn't the estate accept your money? His estate?
We didn't know. It was his son, one of his sons, and he didn't know, and I didn't know.
But of course, when
I got it home.
But of course, when you got home and you pulled the one-arm banded handle and you discovered that it worked, you got right on the phone with his son and say, "I owe you some money," right?
No. I didn't know him. I owed his dad money. I didn't know him.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. And what's his dad going to do? What's his dad going to do with it?
What would a lawyer say about it?
Part of the estate now.
What would a lawyer say about it? Yeah. Well, God bless you. All right. Uncle Dick, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And
thank you.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Uncle Dick.
Yeah. Well, hope to see you soon. You don't plan on dying anytime soon, do you, Dick?
Well, nobody really does, do they?
All right. There it is.
Love you.
That's Uncle Dick Nelson, my friends. The man from Dayton, Nevada, down 6 Mile. I mention that because Virginia City is a very famous old 1876 silver gold mining town. And that's how I know Dayton, because since I was 5 years old, I've been traveling.
59, actually.
Yeah,
way back.
I know. That's when it was discovered by old Virginia.
Yeah, well, then don't say 1876.
There he is. That's Uncle Dick. We'll be this after back on the Big Dog, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
I was young and foolish, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't dropped the bomb on me. But you turned me on. You dropped the bomb on me. Baby, you dropped the bomb on me. You were my friend. Here in Nevada, the way I just is. You dropped the bomb on me. You turned me out. You turned me on. You turned me loose. Then you turned me wrong. You dropped the bomb on me. Baby, you dropped the bomb on me. But you turned me out. You dropped the bomb on me. Baby, you dropped the bomb on me. Just like Adam and Eve, said you set me free. You took me to the sky. I've never been so high. You were my fears. You were my friends. You were my hope. Baby, you were my smoke. You dropped the bomb. You dropped the bomb on me. Baby, you dropped the bomb on me. But you turned me out. You dropped the bomb on me. Baby, you dropped the bomb on me. But you turned me on. You dropped the bomb on me. Baby, you dropped the bomb on me. You dropped the bomb on me. You dropped the bomb on me. Baby, you dropped the bomb on me.
We stand for fun. We stand for great cigars. We stand for the perfect martini. And we stand for the American flag. We are Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt Allen.
Look at him, man. Look at our new old producer back in the saddle, Tattoo Dave. God bless you, bud, for still being alive.
Thanks for waiting.
Yeah, well, you know, we'll wait till. Matter of fact, we had one more week left. Then we were bringing in someone new. Yeah,
that's what I heard.
That's why he showed up.
I got the inside info.
Yeah, Tattoo Dave, producer of Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube. You got to punch it in that way, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, and on X, aka Twitter, and punch in Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on Rumble.com. And great radio stations throughout the world, including but not limited to our family. They really are family in Wisconsin.
Yes.
They truly are.
You know, I got to tell you, man, they're reaching out to me as we speak.
They're just so sweet.
It's unbelievable.
Sweetest people. How many times do I got to say it? Well, I'll say it again. I'd live there if it weren't for the damn winter. I mean, that's, it's, this rain here in Los Angeles. Oh, yeah. I know what you're thinking there in Wisconsin. Oh, whining about rain and 50-degree temperatures? Okay, I know. And we get spoiled out here.
By the way, folks,
we certainly don't get spoiled by the politics, though. This is one bad state to live in.
Yeah, it's almost it's a toss-up.
It really is.
It's a toss-up.
I mean, yeah, but even though Wisconsin is sort of purple, sort of one of them purple states. But I got to tell you, I think that old Trumparoo was ripped off last time. Yeah, Mart?
No, I was going to tell these guys about the venison jerky that I sent. I started on it. And I couldn't stop till the bag was gone.
Yeah,
I ate the whole son of a.
They know, man. What is it about Wisconsin and meat and cheese? Why? How do they know? How do they know? What'll it be?
I'm still waiting for my taste.
Oh gosh!
Well, like you said.
By the way, Tattoo Dave, you're going to wait a long time for you to have any taste.
I gave Beth and Tony my address.
He didn't hear that, did he?
I heard you.
Really? No, I didn't.
I heard you.
Should I say it again? I think I should.
No, don't do it.
Yeah,
don't do it.
For you to have But what I'm,
I just wanted to,
I'm
you
a
have
ta-
okay.
I'm a
Let me put
tasteless producer.
Hold on. Let me put it this way: you have no taste. See, that's what I was insinuating.
That's
there.
what I got from it.
Okay.
That's why I talked over it.
That's Tattoo Dave, who, by the way, has been out. I don't know if he wants everyone to know why, because he does.
It's okay.
He's
I'm okay
sort of
with
like
it
me.
now.
But I think he was out because of a thing called diver scallops, and I don't know how that could have a detrimental effect on you.
Poison you. Got to cook them all the way through.
The Tattoo Dave Show.
So diver scallop matriculitis. What the hell? What was it?
It's diverticulitis. It's called.
Yeah.
It creates pockets in your intestine.
Dude.
Things get caught in the pockets.
No.
And get infected.
No. This is not a good time to be enjoying a lovely meal, or this could be a good time to be sucking down plenty of bourbon, though.
Well,
because I'll tell you what, that description is a little icky.
It gets worse.
No, please.
Nah. I mean, if you want to know, you want to know.
I don't.
It gets worse.
But here's what
Put me in the hospital for 3.5 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to drive you nuts, doesn't it?
You think?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
And also, so dogs are not allowed in the hospital, and you love that doggy.
Oh, God.
So you had to miss that doggy for 3.5 weeks?
I missed him.
Yeah, that's got to be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be tough. I know the love of an animal.
Yeah.
And when Lori Downey Jr. left the show, she took our dog with her.
Prim.
Yeah. And
I got to tell you, when I got home, man, it took him a second.
Yeah, of course.
And then it took me a second, and then, unbeknownst to me, I guess he hurt his neck somewhere, but he was acting crazy.
Oh.
And then he would wake up yelping, barking in pain. And I'm like, Gizmo, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I ended up taking him to the vet, and I guess he hurt his neck, and they gave him some anti-inflammatory and pain medicine.
Who was watching him?
Well, I had a couple of people, but
you should have brought him over here.
it was nothing they did.
Well, you really got to be careful with the folks that watch your animals, because no one cares about that animal the way you do.
Listen,
no
my
one.
ex-brother-in-law drove from Granada Hills every day,
Wow.
twice a day. His name's Michael, and I love him.
Sweet.
And he twice a day stayed for 45 minutes, let him play in the backyard,
Yeah.
played ball with him. I think he hurt his neck when I got home.
Oh.
I don't think
probably.
I don't think anybody else did. I think
So maybe you're the
Yeah, I
bad
think he
you're the
jumped.
bad dog owner.
apparently.
Yeah. Well,
But I fixed him.
are there social services for animals?
You should try to look up the number.
Yeah. We can send him over there when you're here. You'll be none the wiser.
Exactly.
What happened to Gizmo?
He's probably just so excited to see you. You know, dogs do that thing
Yeah.
where they like wag their
Yeah.
whole body like crazy.
Tim
Threw his
Brown.
neck out.
Tim Brown. I was thinking the same damn thing. That the excitement, may have displaced the neck.
Sure.
Well, that's what
Dave
I'm
was
thinking. He
saying.
jumped up, and Frenchies aren't really supposed to jump because
No.
they'll get the hip displaced.
What about the bulldogs, though?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
Mr. French.
Yeah.
Anyway, he jumped and twisted wrong, and that's what happened.
Yeah. Well, this will teach you: stay away from the scallops, and you may stay away from the hospital. Right?
From your mouth.
Yeah. And speaking of fried food, because my favorite scallops got to be fried scallops. When they're not overcooked and made perfectly, I love them.
The scallops at Benihana's, and that they're delicious.
Yeah, but those aren't fried scallops.
Yeah, they are. Well, they are. They cook them on a grill right in front of you.
In a
Teppanyaki.
saute pan. They grill them.
Are they breaded?
They're no.
No.
Well, then they're not fried scallops. Son of a bitch!
whatever.
How is it? How can it be so hard
They're not
to
fried.
understand
They're
the
saute-
concept?
They're sauteed.
They're sauteed.
In a
They're
frying pan.
better than
In a
fried.
It sounds like Matt is talking about deep fried.
Yes.
We're talking county fair style
Yes.
in the vat.
That's
of
the
grease.
way. Right, Tim Brown.
We're talking street food.
Yes, because boy, do I love fried food, and no, I don't visit a doctor. I'm just gonna go one day, but I've had more than a happy day, and probably more years than I've deserved, but good years.
I'll tell you, I tried real hard not to visit doctors.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. Yeah. No, this is why, and this is another reason why I'm not going to make light of this. So I won't go in that direction where I was heading. It had something to do with the shotgun and bring it out. But no, because I've never even contemplated suicide ever. Never. Not even.
Holly jolly Christmas.
Yeah.
It's the best time of the year.
Happy New Year, my friend.
By this time next, yeah, it'll be.
By the way, that would have been a good time. It still is for the Grinch drop. That would have been perfection. Right now, the Grinch drop. Notice what I'm doing right now. I'm saying that is a perfect time.
Then he slunk to the icebox. He took the Who's feast. He took the Who pudding. He took the roast beast.
Yeah.
He cleaned out the icebox as quick as a flash. Why, that Grinch even took the last can of Who hash.
Speaking of hash, I have another can on the way from Amazon, and because I got a great deal on corned beef hash in the can, and I got it. So I guess Mart, in a drunken stupor one night a few days ago, he decided to make a can, and I don't think you cooked it correctly because I got the impression that you didn't like it.
I guess I was in a drunken stupor, but anyway.
I got the impression because you left.
It was watery crap. I mean, I love corned beef hash.
Right.
I put it in a frying pan. I was going to brown it and just get it all brown, then throw a couple eggs in there.
Yes.
Just turned out. That stuff is horrible.
It is. It's no. You have to cook it. You have to cook this special.
Oh, special.
This special discounted priced can of corned beef hash.
I would feed that to my dog.
You have to cook it an extra few minutes to get it crispy.
It won't even turn brown.
But Tattoo Dave, I walked into the next morning and I saw, a whole pan filled with it, and then I saw on a plate, I saw even more. And I thought, no matter how hungry my brother Martin was, he said, I gotta pass on this. Well, here's the good news.
I ate it. You ate it.
I have another can coming in just a few days.
Good.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, it's not even comparable to that incredible corned beef hash that was sent us from Wisconsin. I mean, not
really?
even. Yeah, I think that was
I'm
Beth.
hoping it was homemade.
I think that was Tony and Beth, and it's the Neuster, Nine.
I never got to try
behind you there. What's that sign there? It's Newski's Bacon. They make corned beef hash as well. Yeah, that's really, but that stuff is pricey. So if I have to pay for it, $2.34 a can, I defy you to find a better deal. On corned beef hash.
Yeah, I mean, Dave, I'm telling you, you would not feed this to your dog.
No, that's not true. I find it tasty.
Mushy.
No, you have to cook. You have to cook it an extra 10 minutes to get it all crispy.
The prisoners, they wouldn't even eat this crap, dude.
So it's better than Hormel. You're telling me it's better than Hormel?
What? No, it's not.
Listen. In my opinion, corned beef hash is like sex. None of it sucks. Some is better than others. Right? Yes. Some is better than others. And speaking of, where was I going with this? Well, I have a new French fry cutter, and I will tell you that a lot of these gizmos that you buy for like $14-15, they don't work.
It's a gizmo.
They look good in the ad. They look good in the little video snippet, and they work perfectly for the folks that handle it. This thing not only works in the video, but this is the most incredible French fry cutter I have ever laid my hands on. And last night, I decided to fry, because I had some potatoes left over. You just nail those things. They come out perfect wedges of potatoes, and those are the greatest French fry cutter. There's no reason for me to plug the name because they're not paying us nothing. And you know what? By the way, we need a Patreon on this. Would someone watching us and or listening to us let us know how to set that up? We are Luddite. I am the Luddite of all Luddites, but I know Patreon will allow you to send us money. And would anyone turn down money on this show?
No.
Are we begging? Okay. Here's the deal. So made the French fries, and they were great. But I did look up because
the cut size, because I saw them.
No,
they were like an in and out size.
Yeah, no, they're great. But
did they taste like it?
No, they're better. They're better than In and Out. They're much better if you eat them fresh. Mart had one this morning or something.
When I walked
You know,
in, I thought it was
yeah.
good.
Well, that's the same with In-N-Out. If you don't eat them within 5 minutes,
Oh, no.
they're soggy.
How about within 30 seconds?
Yeah.
The In-N-Out Double, greatest fast food burger ever. The fries, you can't let them sit. You can't take them home. They become soggy.
By the way, the new way to get the In-N-Out burger, you get the double with raw onions and grilled onions.
That's the goal. I've been doing that since day one.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Any way you have an In-N-Out, it's simply the greatest. But this French fry cutter, it really works. But I did look up because the oil in my little deep fryer's been in there for about a month.
Where do you think all the flavor comes from,
So
Matt?
dig this. So I came out here and I looked it up on the internet. Can bad deep fryer oil make you sick? Right? So no, I looked it up. Here's what came back to me before I made the fries. Consuming rancid edible oil may leave an unpleasant taste, but it may not make you sick right away. However, the compromised oil can develop harmful free radicals that can cause long-term cell damage and potentially lead to the development of chronic diseases.
That sounds like a woke comment.
I read that and I said to myself, I likes my chances. I did.
Yeah, I did. When I deep fry turkeys in that peanut oil, I pour it back into the container.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking, the way it's free radicals, and it said it's not going to make you sick right away. Well, how much longer do I have on this planet anyway? Yeah. So I might as well tempt a little fate here. I'm eating this corned beef hash that according to my brother is barely edible. So I might as well throw some old oil into this mix.
How about the taco trucks around L.A.? They use the same oil forever.
Oh yeah. No, I used to go downtown L.A. My massive friend Tommy Arenas, my Mexican buddy, who just another great guy who's dead. Yeah, this is the dead show, my friends. But another guy who's dead. He used to take me to this little divey frickin' place in downtown L.A. where they made the fried shrimp. That oil had not been changed for 52 years.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna kill you. It ain't gonna kill. Live life. We're living life because we're living life. We're not staying alive to live. We're living life. We'll be this after back on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Hey guys, Tattoo Dave here. Missed you guys. Just wanted to reach out and say thanks for spending time with us on your holiday weekend. We love you and appreciate you, all you great radio stations and YouTubers and Xers and all you guys. Thank you so much. Keep it up.
This is Outlaw Radio.
This is a headline that I found quite amusing. See if you find this is funny. You probably won't. But I say that only because, well, I'm talking to the Demons of Decadence in this 1876 Virginia City, Nevada style bar, including Billy Dilly, our HR man, who took over my brother Mart's spot, because brother Mart, I believe, is going out for a little heaping help in Punani. Right, Tattoo Dave? Isn't that?
You got to respect that.
Right?
That's what I'm hearing.
And Tattoo Dave's here, and Mark C.G. Boyer, and Tim Brown, and I only say that because I don't know if these folks in this bar have the sense of humor. That am I loud enough here? I don't know if you have my mic up to where it should be.
You pick it
God, yeah.
You're good.
That's because I know what I'm doing. Here's the headline: Norman Lear, cause of death revealed. See, I knew I'd be the only one. I knew I'd be the only one that really understood that is a ridiculous headline. The guy's 150 years old, and we need Norman Lear's cause of death revealed. I'm not even going to go into, because I didn't even read further. Officials have revealed the cause of death of Norman Lear. That's where I stopped. It's like, you're 150 years old. Who cares? I mean, doesn't old age play into this?
Yeah, cause of death is old age.
Yes, it's okay. And Motley Crue's, see, my brother Mart would have loved to have jumped into this one. Motley Crue's Nikki Sixx, because my brother Mart, he tends to believe that he knew all these guys from like The Crew and Pretty Poison. No, that was a disco band.
Oh, I think it's because
Poison.
He happened to be in the same room with them.
Yeah, so he was meaning so he was buddies with him, right?
Yeah, a little exaggeration.
Do you notice the minute he's gone, boy, we start throwing him under the bus.
I like it better when he's here.
So we can get an attitude.
Yeah.
Nikki Sixx leaves home state of California for Wyoming, a better place to raise our daughter. And boy, this is a growing movement here of entertainers fleeing Los Angeles. Motley Crue's Nikki Sixx. Name the folks, and they're getting the hell out. Those who have a brain, any sort of gray matter in their head. I don't have this even as part of my show prep, but Bruce Willis, I think on his last leg, And God bless him. You know, that guy was always sort of reminded me of my outspokenness, but without the movie stardom. So, you know, he could sort of get away with it where, you know, I thought I could get away with it. Always a little outspoken, not one to boast. But Bruce was always that way, and I spent about an hour and a half with him in an interview in New York City in Midtown years ago. And I found him arrogant, and I found him, you know, a little full of himself. And maybe I was the same way. Because, you know, I met him a couple times since then. I like the guy. And I really don't appreciate what he's going through. And
it's pretty sad. I mean, if you've seen the videos, it's tragic.
Hey, by the way, man, I have not seen the video. You mean the videos?
His wife posts videos of him getting, like, it was his birthday.
And
he's standing at the counter like, you know, like he just doesn't know what's going on.
So he's just
and
totally...
His daughter's doing the same thing. How do you guys feel about that? I think it's shameful, to be honest.
Yeah,
the family posting those pictures.
Why would you... Yeah, by the way, Tim Brown, 100% correct. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? If you love them...
It's really showing him in a different light. I don't know if it's to help the disease.
BS. You know, if it's my father, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
If it's my brother, I ain't doing that.
You're trying to make a penny or a dime or a dollar off your dad's illness.
Yeah, but Tim, do you think they're doing that, though? I mean, that Bruce Willis estate has got to be worth gazillions of dollars.
Gazillions.
I mean, it's got to be. You know,
then what's the motivation?
I don't know.
Okay, it's not money. Then it's fame. It's recognition. It's look, I'm getting this attention.
Or it's like, you know, here's my, you know, feel sorry for what's happening to my dad. He's entertained you guys for
that's BS.
A long time.
And by the way, I don't know him well. I as I mentioned, I've spent some hours with Bruce Willis. That is a guy that would not want this out there. I guarantee you that.
I would venture to guess that to be correct.
Right there.
I have only a small Bruce Willis story.
Go, Tim.
You guys know that I'm a coach, you know, here in Los Angeles.
You do good work here in L.A.
And track and field.
Yeah.
One of our running routes, Dixie Canyon, for a time, he owned the house that was off the fire road.
Bruce Willis did?
He did. All right. And one day we were out doing our run, and I'm just, you know, I'm in the canyon, and I'm a noisy sort of person. I'm yelling down at the kids, you know.
Well, you're a good coach, it sounds like.
Thank you. And there's this guy chipping golf balls into the canyon.
All right.
Right? Like, okay, and it's just, okay, medium dangerous, but whatever. I mean, he made a call.
Medium.
And I'm not really making, like, a big deal. One of the golf balls sort of made it way down, and so I'm, like, thinking to my kids, and I'm going to go up. I'm going to talk to this guy. I'm like, hey, can you take a break?
Right.
And I get just close enough to realize, oh, fuck, sorry.
Yeah.
It's Bruce Willis.
Yeah, make a note. And what am I hearing in the background?
Trying to go out, but it seems like things have changed. So
yeah, what the hell am I hearing? Yeah, that's
all I'll say is immediately he was like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I hear you."
He did, right?
He was a good guy about it.
Yeah.
I got nothing bad to say about him. He was immediately cool about it.
Hey, and P.S.
Yeah.
One hell of an actor.
Yeah.
One hell of an actor.
Best Christmas movie of all time, Die Hard.
You bet your ass. And by the way, in Moonlighting. You know, in Moonlighting, how good was he? He was perfection.
And he had hair.
Yeah. And boy, he proved you don't need hair, man. No. You don't need hair.
No.
So God bless him. I should start not wearing a hat, but then I'd have to quaff it. I still have my hair. Knock on wood. I hope it doesn't disappear. Got an entire hour to get to next on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio.
Try that in a small town. See how far you make
farmers are dropping their own crops for the day, a friend is in need and they've come to help.
It's what this community and a lot of our communities stand for. Somebody needs some help, you'll get it.
Sucker punch somebody on the sidewalk. Carjacking old lady at a red light. Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face. Stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough. Well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't. Try that in a small town. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road.
Doohickey, you know, the doohickey that rolls.
Hi, this is Meatloaf. Okay, kids, you know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's Outlaw Radio time!
The most imitated radio station in the nation.
I'm through with standing in line for some fun to begin, but I found a good thing leaving me with a grin. It's time for Outlaw Radio to begin.
You have the great Billy Gibbons here? Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yes, he did. He just passed out. He did.
Yeah.
Hey, that didn't sound too bad.
At the Lightning Up Lounge.
Oh, man.
We're here with Matt.
Oh, yeah.
At the Lightning Up Lounge.
Oh, little Outlaw Radio.
We're here with Matt.
And he's not fat.
We got all these guys and girls in the house. Let me tell you, that's where it's at. And that's, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Allen. Pass me a gallon.
That could only mean one thing. Duke Slater from Gomer Pyle. Ronnie Schell, one of the funny men. Duke Slater, he's not a hater. You gotta love Ronnie Schell. If you don't love him, then you may have met him on an off day when he was a little nasty. Ronnie, yes.
I'm coming. By the way, I'm coming to be in the studio with you in 2 weeks.
All right, now it's 2 weeks. He keeps
I think
pushing.
this has been going on since before I left.
My son's got a job in San Francisco, and you want to do it without both my boys, don't you?
Oh yeah, I want both your boys here. Make sure he's loud enough. He's probably on a speakerphone or something. Listen, Ronnie Schell.
No, he's not around. He's not around.
No, Ronnie Schell. Okay, get ready, because our crew, which is very limited today, but because our HR man Billy Dilly's gone, my brother Mark just left. Hey, by the way, he went out to get a little poontang, Ronnie. That's why he left early.
Oh, good.
Right?
Good. Does he know the guy?
Yes. Yeah, how do you not love Ronnie Schell? Get ready. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Ronnie Schell. Duke Slater from Gomer Pyle. Happy birthday to you. How about that?
Oh, yeah, that's great. I've never been so thrilled to hear that tribute, and I thank you so damn much, and I mean that very sincerely.
Which means he doesn't. Well, okay. Hey, Ronnie, 92, my good friend.
Who's that? Who?
You're 90. It's you. It's your birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There he goes.
92 friggin' years old. I mean, you're not, you don't feel 92. I hear that from everyone who is up there in age. But do you?
You want to know the truth?
Yes.
I feel like I'm 98.
Yeah, you do. Yes, sir. You do feel it's a tough.
It catches up to you. It catches up to you.
Are you sick of life? Do you want to pull the plug, or do you want to live a couple more?
No. I'll do whatever God wants me to do.
Yeah.
Excuse me for bringing in my religion, but
no. We love we love good Christian folks and good Jewish folks on this show.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'll whenever the good Lord is ready to take me, I'm ready.
Yeah, well, so let me ask you this, because
ask me.
Okay, Ronnie Schell, because for me, since I was a little kid, it was all about goals. It was all about my showbiz goals. So now that you have done every damn thing conceivable in showbiz, you're a movie star, you're a television star, you're a
18 movies, who's counting?
18 movies. You're a stage and screen star. You're a stand-up.
50 years in Las Vegas. 5-0.
You're a stand-up comedian. You've been on the Johnny Carson show 6 or 5 times. With Johnny, you've achieved everything. What else could you possibly have to look forward to, Ronnie Schell?
Being on Outlaw Radio.
A very good question.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoy whatever's left, and you're a very important part of my life now.
Oh, wow.
And I'm looking forward to coming into the studio in 2 weeks and with my sons and hobnobbing with you, and you'll give me some great cigars.
Well, of course, I always gift you cigars because you're worth it, my friend. And great wine.
Thank you.
Great wine at 92 years old. He never gave up the booze, much like my best buddy, Milt Larson, proprietor, creator of the Magic Castle in Hollywood, who lived to be 92. Let this not be your last.
Did Milt drink?
No, like a fish.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Everything I studied everything, and booze, wine is actually good.
Yeah,
you know that in Sardinia, you've heard of Sardinia, haven't you?
Of course, home of the sardines, and that's true.
Did you graduate from high school? Anyway,
no.
Sardinia is known for the oldest living people in the world.
Yeah, I do. I'm aware of this.
Yeah, Sardinia. And you know what the 2 things that they existed on?
A lot of punani and fresh cut French fries boiled in grease. Am I wrong? Am I right?
I'm going to go with wine and olive oil.
Do I win something?
No, wrong.
Wrong.
Who said olive oil?
I did. Tattoo Dave.
Tattoo Dave, our producer.
Wine and olive oil is what I said.
No, it's wine and, this will surprise you, cheese.
Oh, no kidding. Cheese, huh?
Yeah. Cheese, yeah.
Okay.
Wow. But are they but in Sardinia, are they, I believe, unlike Wisconsin, they're not known for their cheese product.
Well, because they eat it all up.
Is that what it is? Hey, Ronnie Schell, the great Duke Slater from Gomer Pyle, and in 18 movies, and always for me the highlight of the damn movie, and
thank you,
and always the most sarcastic man I've ever known in my life is this man.
Bullshit.
Okay, you got to make a note. I got to bleep that, but I always have to bleep Ronnie. Wait, another reason to love Ronnie Schell. What was my question? I had a question for you.
Yeah, but you said all these movies, the TV.
Who the hell? Who the hell is 92? You or I? I know what the question is. How will you be celebrating your 92nd birthday with your family? I mean, what plans are extended to you?
In 1 hour, I'm going to have chili and with a lot of beans, and that'll empty the house about 2 hours later.
Okay, all right. Well, then...
But with my family. No, both boys will be with me and my granddaughter and my daughter-in-law and my lovely wife.
Yeah.
Do you know how many years I've been with my wife?
Two? Too many?
Jan is her name.
No, I know.
55 years.
Yeah.
Good for you. 12 of the happiest years of my life.
Hey, come on. That's Ronnie. See, that's why that man goes down in the Guinness Book of World Records as being the funniest man alive. Ronnie Schell.
I agree.
Ronnie.
Oh, I agree.
Of course. He's always, like Milton Berle, my buddy Milton.
I love Milty.
You see, you're one of those guys. Hey, we were talking to Tony Orlando earlier on the show, and
it never dawned on me.
You never dawned.
Tony Orlando.
Yeah.
Tony Orlando.
Some things
Is he still out of the business?
No. See, that's his sense of humor. That's Ronnie Schell. No, still in the business, but he says he's retiring, and he's 79 years old, and his last gig is coming up at the Mohican Sun. And I said, do not retire, because as my father tells me, retire rhymes with expire. And I said, yes, and I suggest you never retire, Ronnie Schell, because I don't believe you have.
I've got 4 gigs.
Yeah.
Next year so far.
Nice. See, I love this. And you don't believe...
Wait, but I'm going to find out. I'm going to name the point where I'm going to go the next 4 gigs and see if your Magic Matt radio show plays there. Are you ready?
All right, go. Oh, no.
I can't remember.
Are any of them in Wisconsin?
You're 90...
Kingsburg, Indiana.
We're huge in Indiana, yes?
I thought so, yeah.
Yeah.
See, 3 others.
Yeah, where?
I can't remember.
Okay, but wherever they are, we are magnanimous and ginormous in those towns.
Well, I know that because when I was on the road in Canada last month, your radio show came on and you talked about me and I worshiped you for it.
Yeah, well, you don't worship anyone, and you certainly don't worship me. We have been friends, oh my God, since you were 50 years old, Ronnie.
Since you were madly in love with what's her name?
Yeah, well, what's her name?
You guys are too close together.
This is okay. And there might be some folks watching us on YouTube, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, and on Rumble and on X, and certainly great radio stations that across the country who would appreciate me explaining that he's talking about a gal named Ellen Kay, who is
I loved Ellen Kay,
who is Rick D's sidekick, and and Ellen and I, we were together as a unit for a little over a year and a half, and Roddy's one quote about Ellen, and those two knew each other before Ellen and I. So the great Ronnie Schell knew Ellen Kay, a radio personality here in Los Angeles, but the one quote from Ronnie, ever since he discovered that she and I were together, was, "Yeah, missed being good looking by that much."
Well, her eyes were too close together.
Just too close together, according to Ronnie Schell. And I'll tell you what, for me, because damn it, we're about honesty on this program. That posterior, the greatest of all time.
Ellen?
Oh, yeah, the greatest of all time.
You know what I say to that?
Yes?
Down and around.
Okay, down and around. That's, my friend, that is a big happy birthday to my dear, dear friend. And you know what? Here's the thing. At least make it to 96. I know Jerry Lewis wanted to be 100 years old, and he didn't make it.
Because he was cantankerous.
Well, so what are you, Ronnie?
I'm happy with you and your brother and your producer and whoever else is sitting there with nothing else to do.
Okay.
Thank you, Ronnie.
No, he describes the show perfectly.
Yeah, basically.
Ronnie Schell, happy birthday. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Happy birthday from
you, buddy.
From the bottom of my heart. I love you.
The heart of your bottom.
Yes, I love this man dearly. God bless you, and have the happiest of all 92nd birthdays.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Down and around.
Down and around. That, my friends, is the great Ronnie Schell.
Bye, Ronnie.
Oh, God, I love him. Oh, I love him. You know, I mentioned this at the top of the show in a clip that Ryan Stiles, Tall Man of Comedy, Drew Carey show, Whose Line Is It Anyway, Black Hawk Down, even though Ryan believes he was never in Black Hawk Down. I swear I saw him. He was the tall guy that was decapitated by the chopper blades, the helicopter blades. But I forgot what I was saying because Billy's over there just yakking. It takes me off course. What does he say? Billy, if my HR man, who I love dearly, if you have something to say, what is it you're blabbing about? And so you'll need the microphone in order. Now you're shaking your head like you don't want to say it. I wasn't saying so, but your mic's not up. So how?
It's up. He's just not talking into it.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a little closer now.
Yeah, but
but I wasn't.
Do you know why that microphone is up so high? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to share a little secret with you for those of you who watch us on YouTube and on Rumble and on X. My brother doesn't like his face being seen, so he positions the microphone so it covers his face. I don't get. He's a quirky guy, my brother. Yep. He really is.
Yep.
But am I telling the truth? Do you know that, Tattoo Dave?
Yeah. You know, not to mention the sunglasses and the beanie.
Well, I'm wearing sunglasses.
I know, but he really covers.
I know what I was going to say. At the top of the show, when Ryan Stiles and I, Tall Man of Comedy, do our little skit there in his backyard at his next to his swimming pool in the hot tub. And I talk about, being a lucky man, luckier than most, because I have friends that I like to call celebrities. Well, obviously that's tongue in cheek. But those celebrities who have stayed in my life are the true people in my life and are dear friends. And oddly enough, none of them are woke friggin' idiots.
What?
None of these folks, like a Ronnie Schell, like a Robert Hayes, a.k.a. Captain Stryker from Airplane. I'm missing about 4 or 5 others.
A lot more than that.
I swear to God, Mark was about to say something, but then he forgot.
He was.
He sounded
in
like
a Bond film.
He was in a Bond film.
He was the bad guy.
He was Robert Davi, not a woke idiot stick. And those are what I have discovered are true people who stick with you through thick and or thin because they're not full of crap. And woke is simply lying. It's simply lying. It's simply not telling the truth. It's simply going out of your way not to offend anyone. In order to not offend anyone, you must lie about things. You can't be honest. I love honesty. And if someone says something I don't like, but they're honest, and it makes sense to me, thank you. I wear it like a badge of honor. I don't expect everyone to like me. I don't expect anyone to like Mark C.G. Boyer.
Nope.
But
I like it.
And you forgot one of the biggest ones.
What?
That really impressed me.
What?
Was McKeechin.
Oh, James McKeechin, one of my dear
biggest,
buddies.
Yeah.
James McKeechin, who is the character actor who's been in everything.
Yeah,
who's been in. And Elia Baskin. Once again, there's another one. Elia Baskin. These are not household names, but the instant that you see their face, you know who they are, and you have respect for their thespianism.
Yeah.
You know that they're really good at what they do. But James McEachin, double Purple Heart recipient.
Yeah, I mean, that's
he
just-
served our country. He was a fireman. He was a cop. This guy did it all. He was in Iwo Jima. This man did it all. And another man who is 92 years old.
Yep.
He might even be 93. How old is Clint Eastwood? Look that up, Mark, because he's the same age by a week within the age of Clint Eastwood, because those two were unstoppable buddies here in the San Fernando Valley of Los Angeles.
He's 93.
That's what I thought, picking up chicks. So Ronnie Schell is a mere pauper. He's only 92. But all my buddies have been older, and they continue to be. And the problem with that is the obvious one, is that they die before I die. And they have to go, and that part sucks. But why are they my buddies? Because I have learned that I learn from these people. I learn from these sages. These folks have something to say, and it's meaningful. And I don't believe that our youth, am I going to sound like that get off my yard guy? I don't think I am being that person. I think now more than ever, the youth, and why do I say this? That they don't appreciate those who are, even in their 40s. I'm talking about the 20-year-olds, the 17-year-olds, the 22-year-olds. They certainly don't appreciate, 60s, you're an old bastard. 80s, in their opinion, you should be dead. For the most part, you should be dead. 90s, get off the bus. These are the folks that don't give an S about learning. They think they know it all. Now,
that's the problem. They don't know, and the elders do.
Yes. Fortunately, I've always appreciated those folks in the biz who could give me just even one note of education. It's like, okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Milton Berle was the man that said, Maddie, he said, you need a theme song. And even then, at the Friars Club in Beverly Hills, I thought to myself, I didn't tell him this, but that's old hat, or a theme song. We have a theme song. And it's thanks to a man named Milton Berle. And I know it sounds like, what a name-dropping son of a bitch. I don't want to come off that way. These are people that are dear, dear friends of mine. These are people who happen to be in the business, and I have many of them, many out of the business. But because my passion since I was a kid was to be that showbiz guy, and started on stage at the age of 10 years old performing magic, it's been my thing, my passion. And I was never a great magician. I was passable. I was pretty funny. Comedy magic. I swallowed razor blades. I sawed people in half lengthwise. But
the old splitteroo.
But man, do I appreciate friendship. Tim Brown, how old a guy are you?
I'm 51.
All right, you look much younger.
Thank you, sir.
But Tim Brown,
he dyes his hair,
who is
and his beard,
whatever it takes, man.
I wish that were true.
But Tim Brown, a man that certainly is a man that loves America, and that's why he's here. And he is the nephew of a good buddy of mine, Chris Brown. And God rest his soul.
Great.
Is he still alive?
Great.
Oh, he's still alive? Oh, cousin?
We might see him tonight. Who knows?
Okay.
Wow, we could use him.
If I could express a few thoughts about
that's why I'm introducing you.
Since I work with him, I'll say this. Here's what I'm sad about. And whether it's, you're a little older than me, but, hey, of a certain generation, we were taught.
By the way, Tattoo Dave, make a note of that.
I didn't hear it.
No, he said that I'm a little older than him.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that I hate him now from here on out. Continue, Tim.
Fantastic.
Yeah, continue.
A circle with a slash
You'll
through
get
it.
me. You'll get me later.
Yeah.
I wish when we were growing up, we were taught to be free thinkers, and that talking to one another and listening.
We
to
were
one
taught
another
that.
and having a healthy debate was a normal thing.
Yes.
Okay, your turn. You say your points. Their turn. You listen. You say their, and based on what you heard, you might have made a counterpoint, and at some point, maybe you agreed with them, maybe they agreed with you, or you agreed to disagree, and we don't have that anymore.
But even more than that, we were taught to respect our elders.
Yes.
Now, not every elder is a sage. There are a lot of nasty sons of bitchin' elders. But there are those elders who you can learn from. And these young'uns, case in point, who in the hell would defend effing Hamas?
Yeah.
Who in the hell would defend these sons of bitchin' barbarians?
Crazy.
Who would defend? I'll tell you who does. Those indoctrinated pieces of crap who are in the 18, 22, 24-esque. Those indoctrinated dumb S's who don't know what came down. Who started this? I've watched a litany of stuff on this. It is horrific what these Jews minding their own business, trying to have a happy day, have gone through. The loss of a daughter, the loss of a husband.
Right in front of them.
Yeah, this is an issue that's been driving me like crazy.
These are monsters.
This gets me bothered.
It's horrible.
So like who are these? Who are these young'uns?
Jew haters.
They're Jew-hating pieces of crap. And I don't blame it on their indoctrination. I blame it on these idiots, as Tim Brown stated, who are not free thinkers. You can't think for yourself.
Yep.
You're too effing stupid. Grab some gray matter. We'll be this after back.
I've gone to ground. I'm watching porn in my hotel dressing gown. And now I dream of you, but I still believe there's only enough for one in a lonely hotel suite. The journey's long, and I feel so bad. I'm thinking back to the last day we had. Old moon fades into the new. Soon I know I'll be back with you. I'm nearly with you. I'm nearly with you. When I'm weak, I draw strength from you. And when you're lost, I know how to change your mood. And when I'm down, you breathe life over me. Even though we're miles apart, we are each other's On a clear day, I'll fly home to you. I'm bending time, I'm getting back to you. Old and fades into the new. Soon I know I'll be back with you. I'm nearly with you. I'm nearly with you. When I'm weak, I draw strength from you. And when you're lost, I know how to change your mood. And when I'm down, you breathe life over me. Even though we're miles apart, we are each other's I draw strength from you. And when you're lost, I know how to change
Ruggs is
Whoa,
still
that just
with
blew
us.
my mind.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, it's like being in a time machine.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't even have to pay.
It's funny, I listened to there's a show that they run in Palm Springs, and I was listening to my show, and I come on, and they ran it from like the 80s or something. I said, hey, it's Super Bowl weekend. Can you imagine how pissed off I was? I mean, I sound like a piece of hammered you-know-what.
Yeah, you know, Rick turned me on to a place, because he mentioned Palm Springs, but he turned me on to a place 30 years ago, and he said, Matt, there's a place in the desert that I believe you'll find magical, and I would like you to be my guest. Because he is a given guy. I mean, he is.
Yes, he gave me a shot of Pappy Van Winkle 23.
See, hey, Rick Dees.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, but Ralph is still pissed off that you only gave him a shot. How about that?
It was only a thimbleful because that's
It was actually a half a shot, Matt.
a bottle.
5,000 a bottle, my friends.
Yeah.
But back to the story. So Rick, many years ago, when Rick is in the morning at Kiss FM and I'm on in the afternoons, and he says, you know, you ought to come out some weekend and to this place in Palm Springs, but it's really called La Quinta, and this. Everything Rick said about and described this place as happened to be 100% true. That La Quinta Resort is one of the most magical, beautiful, and I don't even play golf. I don't play golf.
Arbitron and search rated #1.
This is Outlaw Radio with Magic Matt, the man who is always right.
Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back, my friendlies. Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on YouTube, on Rumble, on X, a.k.a. Twitter, and the greatest radio stations in the world. This is the spot. You know, I feel like we've sort of become a little heartfelt on this show because there are people in our lives that we truly love.
Yeah.
Why am I hearing a hum? You've got some microphone up way too loud. That I can guarantee to you. But I'll tell you what, I'd rather be standing here than behind there producing this show.
Please shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
I'm very happy Tattoo Dave is back. You know, this has been two months of pure hell.
How do you think I feel?
Well, how do you think I feel?
The Tattoo Dave Show.
So, did you make a bet with someone how many times you get away with playing that?
I just knew on my my opening appearance that I could get away with it.
Okay, yeah. He's been sickly. He's been in the hospital, but he's looking good. He's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Not that he had to.
You know, I did, and I still do.
I don't know. I thought you looked robust and you know, very tattoo-like.
Thank you very much.
I don't know if that's a compliment. Is it?
Yes, it
Tattoo-like? Welcome back to the big, ferocious dog of broad chasing, Fantasy casting, Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio on fine radio stations and Rumble. And subscribe and hit that activation button. Is that what it's called on YouTube?
I don't think so.
I think it's active.
Follow.
No. That's Rumble.
Ladies and gentlemen, please like and subscribe to the Matt Allen Outlaw Radio program.
See there, Tim Brown knows. He knows.
We should get that on record, so
Yeah.
because he's never coming back.
What, after he said I was much older than him?
Yeah, he's got.
I didn't say much. I said a little.
No, I know. I heard.
He's been
no,
slashed.
I heard. That's fine. Mark C.G. Boyer.
Yes, sir.
A couple questions for you. First of all, did you pick up the $6.99 a pound? What was it? The prime rib roast.
Yes, it's inside the fridge.
Okay,
on
because
top of the bacon.
These days for $6.99, that's a deal. It was never a deal even a year and a half ago. Hey, thank you, Mr. Biden. But it's $6.99 now. A pound is a good deal. How many pounds?
It was just under 5. That was the smallest they had.
Oh, geez. Okay, so that's $7 times 5. Okay, I can do the math on that. That's how much I owe Mark. Because why does Mark do that for me? Because my phone will not allow me to download a digital coupon. My phone, I am such a Luddite. My phone is so screwed up, and I'm afraid to mess with it. Otherwise, it won't work as a phone. And that's how I use my phone, my friends. As a phone. So I do.
So you could reverse that. But I use my friends for my phone.
But yeah, hey Dave, you know what I'm saying is true.
Yes,
I want those out there, those lovely folks, to know that I'm not making this crap up. This is the truth. And so, Mark, now I'm not going to make a prime rib out of this. I have through I always think of Oxnard, but what is it? It's I can never think of. I think of Oxnard or I think of Ox when I think of the delivery service, but it's a mind-bending thing for me that it's Amazon. But for some reason, I think of Oxnard. I don't know why. That's
because Paul Bunyan and
I don't know. It's
blue.
It's Freudian, but through Amazon, I have a knife being delivered today. I'm not going to make prime. I'm going to slice them into ribeyes so Mark and I and whoever else is here in the next few days can enjoy ribeye steaks. That's my
That's a good deal.
Right? That's my concept.
I'll bring my $7.
Oh yeah, you know that I will not accept your money.
Of course I know.
Except I will accept your pennies that will make up. If you have enough pennies to make $1 million, I'm in. Okay. But Mark, what was your other point?
Earlier in the week.
Turn his mic up. He barely hear him.
Use the buzzer.
Earlier in the week,
yes.
You asked me to pick up the shrimp that was on.
Yes, because it was the retro shrimp at $4.92 a pound, and then you sent me a text today saying you picked up the shrimp today. Well, I knew that was not the same shrimp because that was $5 a pound as opposed to $4.92.
8 cents.
Oh boy!
So you're costing me
too much.
16 cents more for these 2 pounds of shrimp.
Yeah, I got 2 bags.
You bastard!
You got
a little shrimp on the bobby.
Okay, so we're going to have, and I'm even thinking, Mark, maybe even tomorrow we have ribeye steaks, and I'm saying that because Christmas Day we have to have dinner at Mom and Dad's house. Mark, are you hearing me?
Yes.
We already planned this. And by the way, Tattoo Dave, you're invited.
Oh, great. Thank you.
I don't know if, do you have Christmas somewhere?
No.
Being a Jew and all, but Mark's a Jew, and that's why, it's either Mom and Dad's house for Christmas dinner or Chinese food.
According to your brother Mark,
yeah,
you guys are going tomorrow, so you better clear that.
No, I don't have to clear anything.
You better clear it with Marty.
I don't have to clear anything because that's Christmas Eve, and the problem with that concept is I love Mom and Dad. Oh, do I love Mom and Dad, and I love my family, for the most part, but I love Mom and Dad, and the concept of Christmas Eve sounds like a good one. The problem, though, is I want to imbibe, and there's no way I'm driving back. Now, same problem with a cell phone. I have tried to download the friggin' Lyft. I've tried to, and it just doesn't work. So I don't know how to get back, and I ain't driving drunk. I will not drive. Forget about the holidays. I mean, holiday or not, I will not drive inebriated, period. Will not do it. Will not tempt fate.
Good rule of thumb.
Yeah. So my plan was maybe Mark and I, spend a little Hanukkah Christmas Eve tomorrow and have steaks. I mean, that's sort of the idea. Who knows?
I like it.
Who knows what happens? And P.S., I wasn't planning on being over there, so I don't have presents for everyone. Maybe that's the overriding issue here. It's like, I do. Well, hold on. I do have jalapeno flavored Spam. I'm showing this to the camera right now. Yeah,
nicely.
I do have.
Let me give you a close up. There you go. Put it back.
Yeah, here you go.
He does.
So this is for you watching us on YouTube and on Rumble.com and on X, aka Twitter. I do have that. Maybe that's what I do. I bring over the funny gifts. Because funny is much better than some significant gift, in my opinion. And, being the cheapskate that I am.
The funny thing is, I was going to say, when you said you were going on Monday instead of tomorrow, Monday is Present Exchange Day. Aren't you supposed to open your gifts on Christmas Day?
No. We always open our Christmas presents on Christmas Eve. The way it worked as a child, and I wonder if this is a Norwegian sort of thing, even though I'm Swedish, Danish. So Danish thing? Swedish, Danish, Irish, German. Half German, and then the rest of the amalgam of all the rest of those. But maybe it's that Nordic thing where we open our presents on Christmas Eve, and then as the kids sleep, Santa comes that night, and then the presents are under the tree the next day unwrapped. Yes. And I remember my favorite present, I mentioned this last week, was the robot from Lost in Space. That, oh my God, did that make my day. That was so beautiful, but they're unwrapped. And then I just wonder, was that part of the plan? Does that go back? Is that Nordic? Or is that mom and dad getting all soused the night before? And then, like, we're not going to friggin' wrap this crap. We'll just send it out. And I think there may be a reason why they weren't wrapped the next day.
Okay.
Yeah. Now your dad, your mom was Jewish, right?
Well,
or yes, no.
My dad was Jewish. My mom, I believe, converted.
Okay.
I don't believe my mom converted to Judaism for my father.
So
I'm adopted also. So.
No, I understand that, but being that his mother, Mark C.G. Boy, being the real Jew in the room, being that his mother converted, does that make him a Jew?
Well, my biological mother was Jewish.
Oh, well, then that makes you
done.
Yeah, done.
Yes.
Yeah, it's over, Johnny. All right. Okay.
I rest my case.
Hey, Secret Service is probing John Schneider after the Dukes of Hazzard star said the Biden should be publicly hung.
Oh.
Now, I love this John Schneider.
I love him too.
When he was over at the show and he was snorting tequila off the bottom of a bottle and smoking cigars and having a great old time, and turned me on to a great dive bar that Lori and I visited that is no longer there. Out there that way on the out north from here in Southern California, because it was next to a trailer park, and that great old dive bar is gone. But that was John Schneider's recommendation. He said, "Man, you love dive bars? I got the greatest," and it was a great place. Well, he's under investigation now from the Secret Service after statements he made online against President Joe Biden and his son Hunter.
Yep.
The federal agency charged with protecting POTUS, the vice president and their immediate families, as well as major political candidates and high-level government officials, have opened the probe. John Schneider posted the X message in reply to Biden's recent post in which he called former President Donald Trump a threat to democracy. Boy, does that not get old? I mean, are there citizens who are buying that President Donald Trump is the threat to democracy?
Yes.
How stupid do you have to be to understand that Trump ain't the Hitler here, you see? He's friends with the Jews. He says live and let live. Be an American. Do the best you can be. Be the best you can be as an American. God, you're too stupid if you believe this. So our buddy John Schneider said, "Mr. President, I believe you're guilty of treason and should be publicly hung. Your son, too. Your response is, ? That's what Schneider wrote. I wonder if he was thinking about it at the time or if he was sniffing tequila off the bottom of a bottle. It was deleted soon after. I bet he was imbibing and then thought, oh man, Shevitz, this could have been the wrong thing to do at the wrong time in America. So now left-wingers, had a real problem with that, calling for the assassination of course, how many left-wingers called for the assassination of Donald Trump?
Can we bring up Kathy Griffin holding the severed head of Donald Trump?
What about Johnny Depp?
And Johnny Depp? My God, Johnny Depp? Yeah. I mean, the statement is out there. We play it on occasion on the show. I'm not going to get into these idiot sticks and and Kid Rock Oh, by the way, Schneider has since issued 2 public statements denying the imputations he's been accused of. Well, like we have to worry about a Dukes of Hazzard star really taking out the president when the president is doing a fine enough job taking his own self out, for God's sakes?
Anus, you dipstick.
Oh, my God. And Kid Rock says Bud Light made a mistake. We don't need to kill them. He was on the Megyn Kelly show. By the way, love Megyn, hot. And as Ronnie Schell, our happy birthday buddy from Gomer Pyle and all those movies, and Carson for 6 times. Yeah, down and around on Megyn Kelly. You heard me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is Matt being sexual? Well, how can he be a nice conservative? Well, I'm a conservative. Am I nice? Yeah. I don't know.
Depends.
This is like the only successful boycott that Republicans have ever engaged in. This is Megyn Kelly said, and because Kid Rock and Dana White want to give it up, we're supposed to all surrender our principles. And I'm sort of with Megyn, even though Kid Rock is saying, well, did they kill anyone? Did they, He said, first of all, I love Megyn. We've been friends a long time. She's got this one wrong. Saying me and Dana don't speak for conservatives. Neither one of us ever said we did. I explained myself before on another program about Bud Light. I'm pretty sure they got the message. Do I agree with what they did? F no. Well, F no, you're the first one with the gun shooting the cans.
Yep.
So I'm telling you.
It's a money thing.
I swear to you, Anheuser-Busch freaking paid Kid Rock I don't know how much money, but they must have paid him and said, could you please make this go away? You started it. Could you make this? And by the way, I don't mind him doing it. What I do mind, if that's true, is that Kid Rock would not admit it. Just say, yes, they paid me. However, these are my beliefs.
Well, that's kind of a...
it's a Christian way to forgive. Period. Next. All right. We have a few more things to get to. Oh, wait. I may have a second there. Hold on. By the way, my apologies. I promised you Kid Rock this year, and I didn't deliver. So my apologies. Next year.
He was busy.
D. Snyder. Okay, we'll get to D. Snyder next on Magic Matt's Outlaw Radio, on YouTube, on Rumble, on, hit the notification button or whatever. Yeah, it's a notification button. So we're coming on YouTube.
Yeah, but you have to subscribe to get the notification.
Well, then subscribe.
There you go.
All right. We'll be this after back.
return to Outlaw Radio's Demons of Decadence.
Oh, yeah. Old D. Snyder, the we're not going to take it guy, says Spotify CEO should be taken out and shot. Twisted singer D. Snyder said Spotify CEO Daniel E.K. should be taken out and, well, I just said it. I don't want to tempt fate and be thrown off YouTube because of those comments. Over what he believes, even though they're not coming from me, the analytics, who knows. Over what he believes is unfair compensation for artist music. With Spotify, the wholesale, you pay a 1 monthly fee. We're getting so little, and that guy from Spotify, I want to tell you, he should be taken out, and he said it again. We're talking about shot. When he heard that artists were complaining about how little we get paid, his response was, make more music. Okay, I get it. D, I'm with you, bud. I get it. Yeah, make more music. But D. Snyder, I'm assuming, would be on the left, probably still voting Democrat. I may be wrong. And if I am wrong, then I stand corrected. But that's your guy. That Spotify guy, 100% liberal, 100% woke. So these are the guys that you put your credence in. This one I needed to get to before we leave for the day. Canadian journalist who pushed vaccine mandates in concentration camps, dead at 33. Do you hear what I said?
What?
Canadian journalist, because I remember I saw him on all over the news and I read about him. This is the guy who pushed vaccine mandates and concentration camps, dead at 33. Canadian journalists who pushed for people to get the COVID, I'm not going to say the rest, the insertion into your body. Analytics, man, they'll screw us on YouTube. And its million boosters suddenly died at age 33.
Wow.
According to his family, controversial Canadian corporate media journalist Ian Vandell died after being hospitalized and declared neurologically dead. He was known for advocating the use of the V word, in your body with needles, passports, and draconian mandates. He also called for firing of anyone who refused the jabs. Vandell argued people who defied the government's orders should be arrested and taken to concentration camps. Does this ring a bell?
Yeah.
Remember the dude who said this?
Yeah.
He works as business journalist, editor at the Financial Post, also worked as producer at BNN Bloomberg for over a decade. In one social media post, he stated, I, for one, advocate we bring the carrot and the stick, incentivize getting the vaccine. However, we like ice cream, lotteries, literally whatever. I don't care, and require vaccination to do non-essential things. Want to go to a bar to watch the game? Passport. This guy was the passport guy. In other posts, the massive liberal called it ethical cowardice to those who refuse the jab. Dude who hosts a radio show suggested the C word and then 19, vax, was a factor in his death.
Wow.
Wouldn't that be the utmost in irony?
Yeah.
Like so many other left-wingish, liberal-esque people, this person seems so smug, so self-righteous. I mean, and P.S., wrong-headed belief in this C-19 vax, that he seems to have ignored all the warnings put out by so many other people, yet, as with so many others of his age, died at 33, seemed to think that when it came to the vax, he knew better. He seemed to think he was so much smarter than the rest of us, seemed to look down his nose at those who raised real concerns. By the way, I never got it. I never got it. I never got it. I never would. I'm alive. There are many who are not alive because of this. Mark, did you get it?
Yes. Of course.
Yes.
I'm at huge risk.
But you are a huge risk to the sanctity of this show and the entertainment value. You are a huge risk, Mark C.G. Boyer. But he seemed to look down his nose at those of us who had concerns. And a recent PMC study found that there's a risk of death following the V word or a positive SARS-CoV-2 test in young people. Oh, I forgot to get to Charlie Sheen's neighbor trying to strangle the 2.5 Men star.
What?
Well, that's all you need to know.
You didn't hear about that?
That's Charlie Sheen's neighbor. And by the way, it's Charlie Sheen. I mean, right?
Mary commented and she texted me, everybody's saying that it's karma. His karma.
I gotta tell you, I don't hate Charlie. I met him. I was gifted a box of Cuban cigars, the real thing, years ago from old Charles. And yeah, he's a little nutty.
He's a very generous guy.
But he is, right?
Yeah.
You know that
I know
about
it for
him.
a fact.
And he is. He's a good dude. And so the fact that some nutty broad goes off, she's a female. That's what they do. They go nuts. Now, you lovely females watching us or listening to us on great radio stations, you know, even though you have a problem, oh, Matt, what, you hate females? No, I love females, but I know who you are, and I know that at any moment, that little friggin' switch can be turned, and now you hate us. I know that, and you know it too. If you're going to be honest with yourself. Welcome back to Tattoo Dave. Thank you for being here. Mark C.G. Boyer, my brother Mart, HR man Billy Dilly. And I do like this Tim Brown guy. Good man. I will continue to be. You could have just hit it one more time and then I would have hit the post. I mean, why? What? I'm not going to say goodbye? I'm Magic Matt saying, now you're bringing it back? Of course. Well, it was already starting.
It's okay. Now you got a little more time.
Don't forget, bumblebees can't fly.
To the nightclub. Ooh, women be right, just ready and pretty to the nightclub. We go bump city. Sitting by the dance floor, checking it out. Watching the man with the fast feet. Got the hippest legs and the bad boogaloo. The big old bag of tricks. Down to the nightclub. You can get what you want if you know how to find it to the nightclub. Ooh, we be slick. And all the people be bumping at Bump City. The joint be jumping at Bump City. The mama be humping at Bump City. Hey, while the band be pumping, shut the band be pumping. The beat be something. Wow, what time, y'all? The night's almost gone and we're still going strong. The party's been so hearty. I hope it doesn't show while I'm driving down the road that I had too much to drink. Down to the nightclub. Well, if you got the dough, the liquor will flow to the nightclub. Try on a drunk. Down to the nightclub. We go bump. Down to the nightclub. We slick. Down to the nightclub. We go bump. Down to the nightclub. Try on a drunk. Down to the nightclub. Well, if you got the dough, the liquor will flow to the nightclub. Yeah. Oh yeah. To the nightclub. Look at me. You can get what you want if you know how to find it. To the nightclub. Come on. To the nightclub. Love me, yeah. To the nightclub. Look at y'all. The women be righteously ready and pretty. To the nightclub. Oh, right now. To the nightclub. Down to the nightclub. Bump. It's Saturday night and I'm just hanging out, looking for a place to to the nightclub. Ooh, the women be ratchet and ready and pretty to the nightclub. We go bumpty, bumpty, bump, bump city. Sitting by the dance floor, checking it out. Watching the man with the fast feet. Got the hippest threads and the bad boogaloo. The big old bag of tricks. Down to the nightclub. Uh-huh.